I just wake up in the morning and I yell a lot, even though it's way too early. It's fun though. Wake up, wake up, wake up!
Wake up, wake up, wake up. I'm Andrew.
Hey. Look, I appreciate you letting me use your gym and all that, but now you're taking liberties. Look, I said you're going to be on the show. I sent you a link. It's in your office. Go to that place.
Yes, sir.
And I'll see you in a little bit. That is amazing. Look at this. You go to some people's houses and they just start trying to take over. This is phenomenal. Okay. I am John Greaves III. I'm the founder of GORx Life, and this is my show. Okay, this is my show. Now, as usual, everybody, let me know, how does my mic sound? Does my mic sound good? Does my mic sound good? Talk to me out there. Carlos, Jared, let me know. Does my mic sound good? Poorhausen. Oh, nah, he's a good dude. Coming in clear. That's what I like to hear. And that rhymes because I am a freaking poet. Do you understand me? All right. If this is your first time on my show, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for getting up way too early with GORx Life. As I unplug my headphones, there's all kind of stuff going on. As you guys see, I am in a soon to be disclosed location and not my normal setup, but it sounds it's going to be a great day. We're going to be riding with you guys all the way until the 9 a.m. Eastern time hour. It is 6 a.m. So good morning to the East Coast. What up? As JP Finley always says, what up, everybody? So let's go ahead and let's let you guys know what's going on. I have a little bit of a reduced, so I only got one monitor I'm working with, but that's all right. We're going to improvise, adapt, and overcome because that's what we does. All right, as I said, this is Up Way Too Early with GORx Life, and on today's show, we're going to have news and other things right after I do this intro, plus a brand new Recliner of Rage. I'll tell you why I'm mad this week. In the second hour, we're going to have my guy Bachir, who is the director of marketing for RitFit Sports. So you guys have been seeing RitFit Sports all over the internet, all over social media, and we know nothing about them. So I decided to see if I could get them on here so we can kind of find out a little bit more about their brand, especially since they are providing home gym equipment to so many of you guys. Then in the third hour, we're going to have Andrew and Kat from Bells of Steel. They are from the Indianapolis store. That's the store that services the US. So if you're in America and you order Bells of Steel stuff, it's probably coming from their store. We've got some questions that we're going to ask them and find out more about Bells of Steel in general, including sales and anything else that you guys want to ask. So it's going to be a fun time, and I cannot wait to jump into it with everybody. Now that you guys know what's going on here, I'm telling you, this is going to be an awesome show. So while I get Andrew squared away, I want you guys to do one thing for me. Hit that like button, hit subscribe. We are so close right now. I'm less than 1,000 away from 40,000. Help your boy out and get me to 40,000 before the end of this show. All right. Now we've got Andrew sorted out. Let's get him on here and see if he's got his life together. All right. Andrew, what's up, man? How you doing?
What's going on? Welcome.
Man. Thank you. Hey. So I want to say that I've probably made history because I firmly believe I'm the first person to do a guest podcast stream from your home gym. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
All right. Look at that. I'd love to be first. All right. Now, the reason why this is possible is because we got to your house at like 10 minutes to 5 in the morning. And it's like I was standing outside and said, in what other world would you be able to just go to somebody's house 2 states away from yours and just go in and do a live stream, like just drop in and do a live stream? But it's possible because you actually rent your home gym out. I'm sorry, your micro gym out all of the time anyway. So go ahead, let everybody know about, who you are, what you do, and how you make this possible for people and what they actually normally rent your gym out for. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, so I'm Andrew. I'm the founder of GORx Fitness. Me and my co-founder, Trevor, built a platform that allows home gym owners to rent their home gym out. We call these micro gyms because we help people set up legitimate businesses, LLCs, or otherwise. And as a service, our platform affords the micro gym owner to set up a plan and their customers or their users or athletes to rent their space. So I also train. I've got a few clients, including a group of middle schoolers that I train on Thursdays, and it's all made possible through our platform.
So not only, and you guys have a nice gym. We'll be showing the gym tour, but the couple things that we talked about when my wife and I were talking about when we walked in here is, number one, we love how the space is easily accessible. You walk in and everything is like right there. Like you can just see everything, right? I detect some CrossFit influences because the middle of the floor is open for like ab work or any sort of, cardio, assuming you're Italian. And then it's got so one benefit of that is obviously it's easy for you to use it, but then it looks like it's set up for people on purpose to use it. Like, hey, this is designed so other people can find stuff easily. Because like my home gym, if my wife or I does anything, like we move anything around to help like our individual selves out, we have to let the other one know, because our home gym is specifically custom designed for us. You know what I mean?
Right.
And if somebody comes in to use the gym who hasn't used it before, they can't find anything. When I walked in your gym, I knew where the dumbbells were right away. I knew where the squat rack was. I knew where all the cardio stuff was. Talk a little bit about, because I'm sure there's something you have to teach people. How do you get somebody who has a gym in their house to kind of look through the eyes of a potential customer in terms of setting it up to make it user-friendly?
Yeah, I think you just want to have some empathy and think in terms of like, when I walk into a gym, what are experiences that I enjoy or make things easy? And so every home gym is unique. We know that about this community. Every space is unique, and we have different preferences in choice of types of equipment and fitness modalities we like to execute and exercise. So, when you have like that scope in mind and you think about what I want my space to be, that's where you start, with empathy and your space. And so the key, especially for like a gym where you're using, doing like the cross fitness type exercises, you really want an open floor plan.
Did you just say cross fitness so you don't get sued?
Hey, they are savage when it comes to their trademarks.
Well played, sir. Well played.
Yeah, I'm not messing around with CrossFit. CrossFit. No, not today.
Hey, I hear you. He's like, I do not want to knock at the door with a process server, and I don't blame you. Yeah. Well, man, here's the thing, and I know you gotta jet out of here pretty soon, but I did want to make it so that anybody else who's watching this, because obviously we have a home gym audience, right? And some of these people are ignoring, like, I know they're immediately thinking, I don't want John showing up at my house at 4 a.m. and it's not up to them. Okay. We're going to get them set up. We're going to get them signed up with you. So then they are available for me to show up at their house at the drop of a hat and stream from there. All I got to do is get on the platform. Right. But talk to them about some tax benefits of putting their platform on GORx.
Yeah. So I would say there's no specific tax benefit to being on the GORx platform. The tax benefit comes when you actually form a business. And so the equipment that you purchase when you run a business can be written off as business expenses for legitimate business purposes. Peter Keller at Fringe Sport talked about this all the time. He had a great post on, I think it was Garage Gym Reviews Facebook page, where he talks about, his standards as a business owner when he wants to write things off. And so everything you see in that gym is a tax write-off, or at least the equipment that I purchased since starting my gym. But I write off a portion of everything from my cell phone bill to my Wi-Fi and security systems that I have in the house, which is specifically for the micro gym. So whatever you use and purchase, you can expense so long as you can tie it to a legitimate business case or use case. Right. And I'm not a CPA or a lawyer, so always
No.
consult.
I mean,
Like,
I get it. So like
you
we
know,
do
but
some of that
that's what
too.
I do. Yep.
Yeah, because I mean, we do some of that too. For example, if I have to have something done in my car because we travel to do live streams, you know, that's a business need. I mean, the car, this is the company car, right? I may not be able to use it.
Write that off. Yep.
Yeah, it's like I may not be able to write stuff off for my car just to go to and from work normally, but because it's my business car, I can also, you know, I can do that. So yeah, I just thought that this is something that it's like it's stuff that you're using anyway. You know what I mean? And even though we don't have people come to our gym anymore to train, so that's not technically, you say, oh, well, there's no business. Oh, well, yeah, well, where do I film my videos? I film my videos in the gym. Every product review is, well, 99.9% of the product reviews are filmed in the gym. You know what I mean?
Right.
Sometimes I buy stuff just to do reviews with it. So all that stuff is an available write-off. And yeah, that's I think that's the kind of stuff that people who are home gym owners just don't think about. You know, because it's just like for you, it's just life. I'm just living life going along. Yeah, you know, and you're like, oh wait, I'm leaving money on the table. I'm giving the government money I don't necessarily have to give them. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I like that.
Way to think of it.
So let's talk about a typical day. Just talk about, let's say somebody's on your platform and they want to come use it, right? Use your gym. What would be some of the things they'd be coming to Pinehurst to do? You know, like this area here, because it's not far from military base, but because that's the other thing I think about. People are like, yeah, but I already have a home gym. Why would I need to use GORx if I already have a gym, or I have a gym membership here or whatever? Talk about like the vacation possibilities for using your facility or anybody else's.
Yeah, absolutely. So Pinehurst is actually kind of a historic community. It's just this summer, the US Open was here, and there's a huge military community here. My wife and I have stayed since I got out a couple of years ago. And then there's a very large hospital network here that have traveling doctors and nurses, tons of patients in and out. So as far as a community goes, this is a highly transient community. And a lot of people that just drop in are either golfers or have some connection to the military or the hospital system. And so
people, hold on, I'm sorry, but, you know, so people travel here specifically to play like a local golf course or something?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
This is
I'm not in the golf
Mecca
world,
of golf
so
by many. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, really? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a very famous golfing community.
Nice.
I don't golf, to be clear. I want to, but I haven't gotten into it.
No, I mean, I just think like there's so many reasons why people will be traveling, and it's like, hey, if you're in an area, first thing my wife and I always think, like even on this trip, we're like, well, where are we going to lift? You know, where are we going to train? And I know we always think of like in terms of hotels, but some people like Airbnbs. Well, your Airbnb probably doesn't have weights, you know? And so with this, it's kind of like, you can say, well, I'm going to be staying here for 3 days. Is there GORx near there? And I can then weave that into my travel plans, you know, especially if you're, you know, I always put it in terms of like an athlete who's getting ready for competition, like a powerlifting meet or something like that. But you also have people maybe, you know, like maybe you just started, you got on a diet and you don't want to lose momentum. You know, you're like, I need somewhere, I want to build that consistency. I'm within that first 30 days. I can't miss a single day. And so that to me is like why GORx is such a powerful tool and why I'm such a big fan of it. Because I think there's benefits. I think there are benefits both ways. You know, there's a benefit to the user as the customer, and there's a benefit to you as the home gym owner. Couple more things before I let you go. You mentioned security system. So immediately I said, oh, we're going to ask him about that. Because people are like, well, what happens if somebody breaks my weights? What happens if somebody hurts themselves? What happens if somebody steals my weights? Okay. Crackhead will take anything. All right. So let's talk about that and how, because I know you guys have some partnerships with different entities. So just talk about how you guide people through that process.
When it comes to, you know, booking and we take them through the whole process. So from from the inception of your micro gym, we're asking you questions like, who's your target audience? Who are the people that you want in your gym? What are the services that you're going to offer? And then obviously, what are you going to price it at? So you start by reaching those people, the people that you're comfortable with, and appealing to those people, and helping them solve their problems that they would go to a gym to solve it with. And so when you start there, you have a good sense of the type of people that are going to be reaching out to you, or at least you think theoretically. And so it's a lot easier to communicate with those people that you're trying to specifically target, because if you're doing it right, you're understanding their pain points. You've done your research into the kind of needs that they have to address. And so when it comes to booking that sort of thing, you're in control. It's your home, it's your business. You don't have to do business with people that you don't want to do business with. And the platform affords you to, I guess, in short, so in the platform, when someone books a workout,
that's what I want to know. Like when they go through the process,
yes, you can require a confirmation or not. So if someone books and I turn that feature on, that I have to confirm a workout, you'll confirm that workout, yes or no. I personally like to speak to everyone. So whether they're dropping in for the first time, or they're signing up to do a class, or just book it privately as a part of their subscription, I will meet them that first time. And I will show them the gym. I'll show them the equipment. I'll go through obviously some ground rules. If it's someone calling out of the blue, I'll meet them for coffee, or offer to meet for coffee. So these are, I don't need people to come to my micro gym, right? So I'm in a position that I don't need you. I don't need your business. And so I would rather talk to you first to make sure that we're a good fit. That I'm a good trainer. I might be what you need. This is my theory. This is the modalities that I practice, that sort of thing. So you do a proper vetting, but it really starts with who that target audience is.
All right. So I think that was an important distinction, because actually let's say what's up to some of the people in the chat. The notorious Statty Daddy say it's the GORx guy. All right. And apparently he just came back.
Kurt?
He just came out
Monday.
from 96-hour field X. So yeah, I understand, man. It's like that last day when all you want is the trucks to take you away. You're like, can I just get in the truck and leave this location and go somewhere else? I got
been there 12 years in the military.
Good God, man. So we're not far from Fort Bragg. And I was telling my wife, I said, Fort Bragg is where we actually legitimately had a case of frostbite and a heat casualty in the same week. That's the kind of, I was like, yeah, God hates this area. That's what I said. There's no way, because literally the sun was so hot, we were like rolling our sleeves up.
January for you.
Yeah. And then it started raining. And the next day there was ice on the ground, and we were all wearing all of our cold weather gear. And we're like, why did they tell us to bring cold weather gear? It's hot out here. What's going on? Like, I'm glad I took it. I've
done plenty of field exercises out here. I know how that feels. Yeah.
Miserable. I was like, good God. Let's see here. Who else we got in here? There was one comment I wanted to make sure right here. Welcome to your own home, Andrew. That's what Carlos said. Yeah. I was like, that's legendary right there. And I'm telling you guys, actually, I will say, you guys definitely, this is now a destination place. All right. If you guys would get on the GORx platform, and I'm going to put the link to GORx Fitness in here. In fact, I'll put it in here right now. I'll put that link right there. So everybody can go ahead and find it, because I want you guys to go on there and check out your options. Because if you do that, not only can you work out in here, you can ask Andrew to show you the spot where I actually stood, and you can stand there too. Yes, sir. You can't do that everywhere. You can do that a lot of places in the world, but you can't do that everywhere in the world. So I'm just saying, this is a special, this is an opportunity. Don't let it pass by. Take advantage of it. Anything that I'm just going through here. Oh yeah, Kurt said it was snowy and 30s. Yeah, out of the question. So now Carp has a question that actually we can use you for. Do you have that mug, or is it like in the kitchen or something?
The one you gave me? No.
Yeah.
I didn't think to bring it up. No, I introduced the show and then ran over here. So
all right. So Carp said, it said the best home gym con coffee. It said you have the best home gym con coffee. So I'm supposed to give you a best micro gym in town mug. I don't have one of those, but I did provide him with a best gym in town mug. So I'll go ahead and I'll show you guys now. So this is, let's see here. So this is the mug, the current mug I showed you guys last week, right? And I got to shout out to you guys, because you guys, this is your idea. This whole mug thing was your idea, right? And I could hear my wife's voice as I was arguing with y'all about mugs. And she's like, literally, these people want to buy something from you and you're arguing with them. I said, you know what? Y'all are smarter than me. So I will make mugs for you. So this is it. But I just picked this up yesterday. So this is what you guys have to now choose. Do you want this size or do you want this size? See the handle, the difference in the handles? See if I can get them both right there. All right. So, and Andrew now has his own mug. And if he was prepared for this event like he's supposed to be, he'd have his mug there and we'd be drinking coffee together. But he turned his nose up at my gift. I understand how it is. It's fine. Go ahead. Little fun fact, when I walked in here, Andrew's hair was billowing in the wind.
Hold up. So I had myself muted. I gave you a hat. And you said, I don't typically wear these, but I'll take it anyway. Please.
Hey, I don't live in the past. So anyway, I don't live in the past. But I will say, yes, his hair was billowing in the wind. And this was inside the garage. I don't know how he did it. I don't know how he
got a mini split. So
anyway, man, I know you got stuff to do. You got to go. You got dad duty and stuff like that. So I really appreciate you for the hospitality. Thank you so much. Yeah, and we promise we'll clean up all that, all the stuff we brought in here. I know that his face when we were bringing all our equipment, he was like, how much do you have in that car? A lot. So yeah, I appreciate it, man. Yeah. So do you have anything that you want to say? You know, maybe I forgot to ask you about GORx or whatever before you go.
Nah, man, I just want to welcome everyone to my home. Have fun. This is a great show. I love tuning in every Friday. You guys are awesome. So I'm thankful for you for stopping in, man.
All right, man. Thank you. All right, go ahead and continue with your regularly scheduled life that was already in progress before we showed up. And thank you.
All
right, man.
All right, y'all.
All right. Okay, so that was my guy, Andrew Towers, and we are in his lovely home. We will be doing a gym tour before we leave here, not during the show. You guys will have to stay tuned, and the only way that you will see it, though, is if you do what I asked you at the top of the show, and that is hit like and subscribe. There are 131 of you watching the show right now. I want every single one of you to hit that subscribe button because we got a threshold or two that we're trying to cross. So I need you to hit that subscribe button. Those of you who have already subscribed, do me a favor and share this episode. It's going to be really good. I got my guy Bachir from RitFit. He is already backstage and he's getting himself ready to answer my questions and yours. And your questions are even more important than mine. So I cannot wait for you guys to get to talk to him. So let's go ahead and do that. But let's jump into the rest of the rundown. And that goes right with, we're going to be going right into, that's right, news and other things. Let's do that now. Okay, so the first news item we got plenty of time. So the first news item is let's talk about sales. So Bells of Steel, as you guys may have heard, is working on a 3x3 single stack cable tower. So I'm a little limited right now on how on screen sharing because like I said, I'm down to one monitor. But if you guys go on the Instagram account, which is at Bells of Steel, I think it's Instagram Bells of Steel, something like that. Let me see. Let's find out. Let's see. I'll just look right now. Yeah. Instagram.com, Bells of Steel. So it's at Bells of Steel. If you guys will go there, you will be able to see the video that they just put up. It was an Instagram reel, and it showed their cable tower that they're when it showed the cable tower, it showed the current cable tower, and it said, hey, we're working on a 3x3. For me, that would be the biggest game changer because some of the other stuff, like the fact that it will tip over. I don't know if they are a lot of the options to fix things like that might increase the footprint of the unit. You know what I mean? So I was brainstorming it like, hey, well, what could they possibly do? And it's like, all right, you're going to have to, I was thinking, well, maybe you could put a foot out in front. Well, if you put the feet out in front, then that's going to extend the unit out further. Now you got a tripping hazard. So I know that other companies have solved that problem, and I'm sure Bells of Steel could solve it as well. But one thing that really impacted it is like even the rear storage post that I have on mine, you can't really store. It's for it's 60 millimeter by 60 millimeter attachments. So stuff doesn't fit exactly on there. And I was able to use my seal row pad on there. That's got the 5/8. I've got the 5/8 one that I bought from my guy Joey, and Joey Echeverria. But it wasn't an exact fit. So I actually had to get those Kaizen rack spacers that Kyle designed with FMF steel. And so I already had them, but I had to put those in so that I could actually use it to do things like rear delt cable flies and or reverse cable flies, whatever you want to call it. So I think that them coming out with a 3x3 version of the rack would be great. Because honestly, Bells of Steel's rack, like their 60 millimeter by 60 millimeter attachments are for their rack that, we don't even, I'm sure people still get it, but it doesn't fit like the Hydra. The Hydra and the Manicore are both 3x3. So, you know what I mean? So it just makes sense to me to make it interchangeable. Let's see here. It looks like we got some comments here. Joyce Vaudrey, good morning. What's up, Joyce? Thank you so much for being here. Had an awesome conversation with her husband last week. And it was awesome getting to check out his invention. Michael's come up with something that basically converts your power rack into a power rack for dumbbells. And I watched him set it up. It took less than 2 minutes to set up the entire thing. And so if you guys have not seen that episode, it's the one right before this one. So you can just go ahead and go back after this show is over and check it out. I highly encourage you do that. Let's see here. Also, see who else we got. I think we already caught up with here. My guy, Coach Carp, is here. We mentioned him already. He's talking about the majestic wind machines. Yeah. Hey, I'm telling you, man, there is a little breeze in here, but he thinks I'm joking, but I was looking at him. I was like, his hair is moving. We're indoors. What's going on here? And I was like, what sort of wizardry is this? This guy's hair is moving in the wind. Carlos, my man, glad you are here, man. All right. And it was I had to track Carlos down because I had an important opportunity to put in front of him. All right. So I tracked him down, and here he is today. Carp said RitFit is going in the hot seat. Says the leg extension, leg curl seems to be a hot item. Oh, your neighbor ordered one. She's been watching it. So it keeps selling out. Man, yeah, I think Design Build Lift did a review of it. I think, don't quote me on that, but I think he did a review of it. And and I ended up, so I haven't watched it yet, but it's in whoever did the review, it's in my watch later playlist. So I'm going to be checking it out. Kurt's got one too. So, all right, you said you like yours, all right? And he said, you're still trying to destroy it. Oh yeah. I mean, that's what a good reviewer does, man. You got to figure out how to break it. Let's see here. All right, let's go to, let's go to the next item. There are a lot of sales. I don't have an exhaustive list of sales. And in fact, I recommend you guys go to Carp's YouTube channel. Go to the Carp's Gym YouTube channel because he's got a community. He's updating his community posts with like the current sales. I believe Garage Gym Radio is doing that as well. So those are good places to go to just find out what's going on. But what I like doing is grabbing the sale announcements that basically, in my opinion, may fly under the radar. And one of those is Spud Inc. So Spud Inc. is having a Yellow Friday sale. All right. And they say it's a great place, in my opinion, Spud Inc., to grab like your small lifting accessories, like lifting straps. So mine fit. I use figure 8 straps from Spud Inc. Anytime I want to do any kind of deadlifting with straps. In my opinion, their knee sleeves are the easiest to put on the market. So most knee sleeves, what you got to do, you go through a bunch of stuff, right? So you want to put knee sleeves on, you got to there's like a trick. I see people who take like a grocery bag, a plastic grocery bag, and they'll put you put a hole in the grocery bag, stick your foot through that, and then slide the knee sleeve. Use that as a slider to slide your knee sleeve on because you want it to be nice and tight, especially if you're going to be competing with them on. But Spud, and then you obviously got to slide the grocery bag out to actually do the lift. But then you got to leave your knee sleeves on the entire time, right? Even if you fold them down, it's still not very comfortable. What I like about the Spud Inc knee sleeves, and I'll show you guys if you're interested next week, in the show next week. But what I like about the Spud Inc knee sleeves is they have handles. They're the only ones I know of that have handles. They're like, I guess like suit slippers for those of you who are familiar with equipped powerlifting. But you literally just reach down, grab the handles, and pull them up. It's easy, and to me, they are the best. They're the best knee sleeves on the market. I've been using them when the ones I have 2 pairs. When those wear out, I'm buying 2 more. Actually, when either one wears out, I'm buying another one. So I'm always going to have 2 pairs. All right. Just like that song Air Force Ones. So they're having a Yellow Friday sale, and the sale runs starting November 25th, and it goes until December 2nd. You want to use promo code YELLOW at checkout at spuddingstraps.com. I get no money for telling you that. I'm just telling you that, in my opinion, their stuff is excellent. They're also the Spud Inc. They were the ones that came up with the original cable pulley system that so many people have. I mean, so when I say copied, I don't mean like they took the idea, because there's only so many ways to make a cable pulley system for your house. All right. But they were the ones that came out with it. All right. And then they came out with like the low pulley, the way to set up to connect them together. So you'd have a low pulley option as well. But what I like about theirs is it also has an option for using resistance bands, and you can attach it to like the door of your hotel room. So if you're traveling, it's one of the most, I would say, user-friendly options for doing cable work. If you don't want to just, have like one resistance band, you can have a variety of configurations and still do like cable work and get a good workout in your hotel room. So anyway, you want to go to spuddingstraps.com and use promo code YELLOW. And the links for all this stuff is going to be in the show description. So if you're watching on replay, or if you are listening to the audio version of Podbean, the links for everything I'm telling you is going to be in the descriptions. And here, look, I told you Carp had the sales. Bam, right there. He says Bear Steel Equipment just dropped their sales. They're a small company. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Bear Steel. Sean has been on the show twice now. He's been on the channel twice. Because he was on when I first interviewed him, this live stream podcast didn't exist yet. But he's been on this show in the past. Sean's a good dude. I've also interviewed him at Home Gym Con as well. Yeah, and I like his barbells. I think as far as so Carp said his cable attachment, as far as a cable row, I like Sean's Bear Steel's Iron Legend handle better than any other low cable row I've used. And that's going back to 1993. Yeah, going back to 1993. That's his low cable row attachment is my favorite, just because of how it feels. See here. Hey, the British have arrived. What's up, Matt? Says good morning, USA. What's up, man? Hope things are good for you in jolly old England. I don't believe I've ever said that phrase out loud. I'm probably never going to say it again. Hope things are good for you in England. Jonathan, no fate, checking in, says, is it hard work looking that good? Nah, man, it's kind of effortless. To be honest with you, this isn't really how I look. we were having issues with long lines at like the grocery store and stuff, people just holding up traffic, staring at me. So what I had to do is kind of tone it down a little bit. And so what I do is I put stuff on my face to kind of like make it possible for y'all to exist in my universe. You know what I mean? I don't want to be a distraction because, I'm a humble guy. I don't want to, and I can't have like deaths on my conscience from people having a wreck because I went out to check the mail. You know what I mean? So yeah, I can't. So nah. Anyway. I know, Carlos, I'm not, it's horrible. So, I'm going to be adventurous. All right. I'm trying to figure out how to, there's got to be a way to do this. Let's try an experiment because I want to go ahead and, in 15 minutes, we're going to try, in 10 minutes, we're going to try an experiment. And if it fails, it fails. All right. So I will need you guys to watch our live stream of the USPC Shack Showdown tomorrow. It's going to be right here on the Garage Gym Life YouTube channel. And we are kicking it off at 9 a.m. The link is in the description for the show. And so I need you guys to check it out. It's also, when the stream ends, it's going to direct you automatically to that stream for that stream tomorrow. And so go ahead and just put it on your calendars. If you have never seen a Garage Gym Life live stream of a powerlifting meet or a strongman competition, basically I bring even more energy than I'm giving you right now. I do the play-by-play. I also do the color commentary. Sometimes I have somebody with me helping me with the play-by-play and color commentary. I do interviews during the show, during the competition, and it is a lot of fun. Plus, you get to see people lifting heavy weights, and that's one of the best things, in my opinion, to motivate you on a Saturday morning. Maybe you're in there trying to get your Saturday workout cranked out. Hey, I throw that thing on. That's why we have a TV in our home gym. I throw that on, and I got that on in the background, and it's like the crowd is cheering for me. You know what I mean? It's a little delusional. I get it. All right, but don't judge me. Don't judge me. All right, let's see here. Let's see here. Hey, Carp, my man. There you go. Thank you, man. Carp said we got to pump these numbers up. These are rookie numbers. We got 353 of you watching. Hit the like button. Carp just shared the link to the live stream. Be like Carp. Be like Carp. All right, let's see here. So I'm going to go ahead and let's see here. Let's go to the next. So anyway, as I said, I need you guys to go ahead and mark your calendars for tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern time. And and then come in, just help me out, especially in the very beginning of the stream. We want to get as many people watching as possible, but I promise you it's going to be a good time. It's called the Shack Showdown. It's actually a 2-day event. So you have the amateur day that's going to be tomorrow. And then on Sunday, same time, we're going to have the pros. So people who are even stronger going to show up, and they're going to be competing for prize money. So it's going to be, well worth it. Hey, Joy says she saw me in action at Home Gym Con this year. Hey, thank you. Very enjoyable to watch. I try to my goal with all that stuff is to make competitions accessible. Because like if you watch football, just for example, I always try to use the NFL as like my, the gold standard, right? But basketball too. But I'd rather use football because basketball, you kind of understand, all right, that guy's running that way, he's throwing it. The objective is probably to throw the ball in that net. Okay, great. You can figure it out. Volleyball. Okay, volleyball is more confusing than basketball, but you can figure it out. But football, there's so much happening at once. You can't see people's faces, but you hear the announcers. And if you just start paying attention to the color commentary, you start picking up what's going on. Well, it's like that with powerlifting and with strongman. I explain, well, this is what they're trying to do. This is how they're going to be judged on it. This is how they score. This is why this matters, that kind of thing. And then I try to do that in an entertaining manner. So I appreciate you letting me know that I succeeded in doing that. All right. My man, Carlos, it almost makes up for what you did, Carlos. Almost makes up for what you did. All right. Well, we're going to address that in a minute. Guess what it's time for? Don't worry. This will all make sense in a second. It's time for your favorite segment. That's right. Recliner of Rage.
It's the Recliner of Rage.
It's the Recliner of Rage, 'cause he's not happy.
Okay, that's right. I'm not happy. And the reason I'm not happy is because of you, Carlos. And Carlos was like, what did I do? You know what you did is actually what you didn't do. So I, out of the goodness of my heart, because you know I'm a good dude like that, I reached out to Carlos and I sent him that same trailer that I just played for you guys. And I said, Carl, in fact, I'm going to just read the text message, okay? I'm going to read the text message that I sent to Carlos. I said, Carlos, because that's his name. That's how we started. I sent him that and I said, hey, I said, are you down? He said, I'm so down for this. Okay, that's good. All right. So I said, I need you to start training because we got to put together a training reel as part of your application for the show. Because the idea is he's going to be the Garage Gym Life representative. He's going to show that you can train for anything in your home gym. You know, people always say that if you have a garage gym, you're not really training hard, you're not serious. But I'm sure I want Carlos to help me show that even if you're in a home gym, you can train for any athletic event and you can go there and you can dominate, okay? Now, I want you to understand that Human versus Hamster season 1 is out, which means they're either filming season 2 now or they're getting ready to film season 2, which means we need to get on it right now. So, Carlos, where is the training reel video I told you to send me? That's why, okay? Because I'm sitting here, I can't make the training. I don't look like you. I can't be a doppelganger for you. I need your trainer reel video. Where's your trainer reel video, Carlos? Where is that? Where is that? No, you haven't been baited. He said, hold up. He says, I've been baited. No, you ain't been baited. I told you specifically, Carlos, I need a training reel video from you showing yourself doing various training things so that we can send in your application to get you on Human versus Hamster. Do I have that? Oh, that's all I'm asking. No, he said, you've got the people's support. Matt says, go crush them hamsters, all right? Which is another sentence I never thought I'd say out loud. But the fact, don't try to make me laugh. I'm mad right now, all right? Here's his excuse. Dresman was supposed to help me. No, Carlos, no. Where is your training reel video you were supposed to send me so we can send your application in? We don't have time because I need to know if you get accepted so I can go ahead and get the Garage Gym Life logo put on your leotard. Why do you need a leotard? Because some of the events, there's like one event like where you got to squeeze yourself through a bottle. And I noticed the contestants on season 1 were having problems because their clothes are bunching up on the neck of the bottle. So we're going to get you something that doesn't have a lot of friction. So we can get you like a singlet, like a powerlifting singlet. But I was thinking more like something like those people wear when they do luge. And of course, because you're representing Garage Gym Life. So you got to have Garage Gym Life logo on there. But I don't want to just make a random Garage Gym Life luge suit. What would I do that? I mean, what am I supposed to do with that? So we got to know, Carlos, we got to know that you have been accepted to the show. You're holding up a lot of things, Carlos. Explain yourself. Why are you the way you are? Go ahead. Talk to me. Talk to me. I want to know why I don't have a video with Carlos climbing up stuff and jumping over things and running randomly and jogging in place, whatever. I don't care what's on the montage. Probably want to do some burpees too. They need to know that you're athletic. But I don't know where the video is. And I told you, yes, let me go back and look at the, hold on. I don't see it. Look, let me see if can y'all see this? Y'all can see that, right? All right, let's come this way here. See, this is to Carlos. Y'all see that, right? He says facts. Okay, see that? He's agreeing. Everything green's from me. Everything that's in white is from him. You see that? He got a little thumbs up. He agreed. Now, I ain't got a training video. So basically, you're not just leaving me hanging, Carlos. You're leaving the entire human race hanging. I don't understand how you can allow that to be on your conscience. I feel like you're not. This is failure to comply. This is absolute failure to comply, and I don't know how to react to you at this moment. I just don't. Carlos, man. I mean, I thought I could trust you, Carlos. I'm very disappointed.
It's the recliner of rage.
It's the recliner of rage, 'cause he's not happy.
So y'all know the Recliner Rage is sponsored by my guy at Freedom Fitness Equipment. And that's actually, I just realized I'm in the same state as Freedom Fitness Equipment right now. But just hit up my guy, Ashton, give him a call. You don't have to drive all the way to North Carolina. Just give him a call. And I'll tell you his actual phone number, 980-216-4860. Ashton will not only sell you one of our high quality banners, just like the one that you see behind me. I'll go the other direction. There we go. Just like the one you see behind me right here. He'll not only sell you one of those, but he'll also hook you up with anything you need so that you can have the best gym in town right there at home. And they're having a sale right now. So hit them up. Let them know Garage Gym Life sent you. There's no promo code. Just go on over there and get yourself hooked up, because that's what Ashton does. He hooks people up. All right. And, oh, this is perfect. Yeah. So let's see here. So you can go ahead. Matt says humanity isn't angry. We're disappointed. You know what? That is exactly, that's the emotion. It's like I'm mad. So I'm almost mad at myself for trusting, but I have to trust because I'm a trusting person, right? I'm a trusting person. I trusted Carlos. He let me down. So I'm disappointed in him, and I'm almost mad at myself. Kurt says, Carlos, you're the first member of the audience to be featured on Recliner of Rage. That's a huge deal. Congratulations. Yeah, it is. You did make history. You did make history. Is there a path to redemption? Michael Vaudrey wants to know if there's a path to redemption. Well, first of all, I need that video. I need the video. We're going to begin with that. We starting there. Bring me the video. He's already lost out on the headband. Okay. He's already lost out on that because I was going to make some sweatbands with Garage Gym Life on them so that he could wear them because, you know, you're going to be doing athletic stuff. Y'all just need to watch the show. You know, you can watch it on Max. If you don't have Max, it's on a couple of other outlets. But actually, there's some, I think they got YouTube clips. You can watch the show. So you'll see it's a very intense athletic thing. I was watching it yesterday when I was squatting. Yeah, there's a lot going on when you watch that show. Really, there's a lot. Okay, can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? We have moved to a alternate setup. Quite literally, we made history again because I've never, before today, I've never had a dog eat an Ethernet cable. That's amazing, but I feel like a pioneer. I love it. Hey, there's something I learned in the Marine Corps. It's called Semper Gumby, and it was built for situations like this. So, guess what, though, Andrew? Guess what next week's Recliner Rage is going to be about? Oh, man, I'm so far down here. I need some sort of mouse. Andrew, can you help me figure out a mouse situation? Because I need the mouse so I can move up and down in the chat, because that doesn't work if I don't have. There we go. All right, hold up. We back. All right, so now I go up here. To answer your question, Michael, if I can forgive Andrew's dog, I'm sure I can forgive Carlos. You know, if he's committed to changing his ways, then yes, I can forgive him. Okay, but it's gonna take some clear and he's gonna have to take steps. He's going to have to show me that he's committed to changing his ways. He's got to send me the video so that he can go ahead and enter human versus hamster. He's got to do a lot of things. There's steps. Okay, you know, like when you decide to stop smoking or quit drinking, they give you steps. There is a process. Okay, so yeah. All right, Bachir, can you hear me? All right. So are you ready to go? Thumbs up. Hey, look at that.
Hold on, she's come to apologize.
He brought the animal. Look, don't you look at me.
She came to apologize.
You know what you did?
Guys, I'm so sorry.
You know what you did? I need you to. Do you know Carlos? Wait a minute. Is your name Fernando?
His name is Bunny.
Your name is now Fernando. All right. Is your real owner's name Fernando? Okay, there we go. All right, man. Thank you. So this is already hooked up.
You got to turn it on the bottom. So you see the green. So if you flip up the switch, you see the green. And then it'll take a second to pick up. Here's the Bluetooth.
All right.
And then click the
mouse.
All right. Normally, my tech support is more Latina and married to me, but you're doing okay. No, don't try to get back on my good side, Fernando's dog.
If it's not, I'll come. I got a second.
Actually, do I need a mouse pad?
No,
It won't?
It'll work without.
All right, Bachir. Once we're gonna go with this until we get the mouse going. All right, Bachir, I'm gonna go ahead and kick that off here. All right, my man. Let's go ahead and make this happen, because this is 7 o'clock hour, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna bring on our first guest of technically our second guest of the day, and that is my guy Bachir. And Bachir is the director of marketing from RitFit. And I know you guys give me a ton of questions for them. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's drop this down here. So I'm ready to go. Now I got another screen. All right, Bachir, let's go ahead and bring you on. All right, my man, let's do it now. Everybody, show your love for Bachir. Make him feel welcome. All right. If I can ever, where's my thing? I can't find the thing. Where's the thing? This thing here. I'm trying to play. I have theme music I'm supposed to play. All right, well, I can't. So I'll just bring you on. That freaking dog. Hey, Bachir.
Hello, guys. Hello.
Ruin your theme music and everything.
No problem. It's a pleasure to be here.
Hey, man, I'm glad to get to talk to you. We have a lot of questions from people. We had some stuff in the live chat where people were talking about, oh, hey, you got RitFit Sports is in the show. Hey, thank you for being here. You brought reinforcements. Smart man. There
of
you
course.
Go. You gotta do, man. You gotta do.
Yeah, always behind me, so it's good.
That's right. So Michael says, good morning, Bachir.
Good morning, Michael.
Carlos said he hears your theme music in his head. So we're doing good. All right, so guys, while we're waiting for Andrew to get the mic situation, the mouse situation hooked up, I have what it is I can't scroll down using the touchpad. Is not letting me scroll down, so that's what the problem is. All right, so if I don't get to your question right away, as soon as I get the mouse, I will scroll down. We'll go get your questions. So I'm not going to ignore your questions. All right. But let's go ahead and just dive into this, since while we have Bachir here, we want to make good use of your time. And so first of all, thank you for jumping in at the last minute. I know this is
no problem. Yeah, it's a pleasure. My colleague Tom had some emergencies, so of course, always got his back. So, and it's a pleasure to be here. Actually, it was at the last minute, but yeah, it's good.
Cool.
I'm happy to be here.
Man, I hope this is a fun experience for you. So what country are you in right now?
Now I'm currently in China, but I'm originally from Morocco.
Morocco, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
So I've been to the airport. I'm from Liberia. And so we were flying in West Africa. So we were flying home, and somehow or other we went to Brussels, then we had a layover in Morocco, and then we went to Liberia. And so I have played video games in the airport in Morocco.
Which city? Casablanca or Marrakesh?
I think it's Marrakesh.
Oh, nice. It's a cool city. You should visit for sure.
Well, I mean, I was a little kid, so I was like in the airport with my mom. I didn't know what to do. So we had to get some local money, and I don't even remember what the money was called. We got some local money, and she said, play some
dirhams
to keep yourself occupied. And so that's my story. I have played video games in the airport in Morocco one time.
Okay, that's good.
So,
at least it was a good experience.
It was.
Yeah, perfect.
So let's talk about you, because I know people have questions. So you're the director of marketing at RitFit. What is a typical day at the company like for you? Are you the one who oversees, who interacts with the content creators and the influencers? What is your day?
Okay, so typically for my day, just I spend a lot of time looking at data, and then after a lot of creative work, and also planning for the marketing campaigns for the future. But as for influencers and content creators, actually I'm grateful to have an amazing team that are in charge of day-to-day operation of that. So they are the ones who are in direct communication with the influencers and content marketing, and they am heavily involved in the creative side of the content. So for like communicating with influencers or like looking for new creators, we have like a dedicated team for that, and I'm sure you know some of them already. But for me, I'm usually involved only in the creative side, and also the choices of the influencers, what kind of audiences we want to target, like the messaging in the videos, and etc. And so my day just it starts with checking our current marketing campaigns, checking the metrics, what's going on, what worked well, what didn't work well, and then do some adjustment. And then next, I'm reviewing some customers' feedback, because we always need to pay attention to that. And then after meetings about finding new ways to try to connect with our customers, and try to come with new ideas to try to educate our customers, or try to discover new markets, and etc. So this is my day-to-day here at RitFit.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I heard a lot from you about you identify the customer, then you try to find ways to connect with the customer, and then you
Exactly.
measure the success of that
Yes.
approach, right? So I want to ask you because you have, when I look at your stuff, it says, RitFit says, okay, well, we're designing affordable equipment for everyone. Okay.
Yes.
In fact, that's what your mission statement is we want to help everyone create the ideal home gym on a shoestring budget. But everyone's a large
Exactly.
group to market towards. I mean, there are billions of people. That's everyone. So how do you narrow it down and say, these are the people who can most benefit from RitFit products? And then you say, okay, now we're going to market to those people. But how did you identify like the people who you're like, okay, these are the people who need us the most?
Okay, so I agree with you. Of course, everyone is too much.
Yeah.
But in our campaigns, we are not trying to market to everyone out there. So we know what we want to do. We want always to offer practical and multifunctional and affordable products. And also during the production, this is our products. Like, they are multifunctional, affordable, and practical. So we started thinking, what's like the segment of people who are like suitable for our products. Then we come up with, I will see, like 3 categories. So first, it's people who are space and budget conscious people. So do you want to be active? Do you want to have a home gym, but they don't have a huge budget for it? That's the first thing. The second thing.
Hold on. I hate to cut you off, but that kind of makes sense, because a lot of the people I see in your commercials and a lot of influencers are like basically people with young people with families, with young families.
Yes.
Okay, so that makes sense. Like maybe this is their first home,
Okay.
Small children. So okay, that makes sense.
Exactly. And then because we know that there are levels in this industry, so we know that our products are mostly suitable for beginners and intermediate people. So we try to target these kind of people. Of course, we know that our products are safe for them, reliable to them, but if someone is very advanced, I think he still can benefit from our products, but of course he cannot push to the limit with our products. So in our marketings, we always try to find like people who are just beginners and intermediate users, who just want to be active, who just want like to train with convenience, either with time, or if they have a family, they are busy, so they can train anytime and whenever they want, and they don't want any commitment with any gyms. So this is the second ones. And then the third ones are like, it doesn't matter the level, but just people who want to be practical. You just want like a machine in their home, and they just want to be active. They don't have like any like goals or to push to the limit. They just want to stay active. And also usually for these guys, also they are like people with families, and they want to integrate their family into the lifestyle of fitness. So they want their like the wife and also the kids, and also like whoever they want to train. So of course our machines and products are suitable for them, because they are multifunctional. So with one machine you can do a lot of exercises. They are practical and safe. Also they are like compact, so you can fit them in a small space. So like to sum up, our target customers are beginners and intermediate users, then people who are space and budget conscious.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and so we're looking at your website right now.
Yes.
And you know, it makes sense you say that, because I was a little confused, because some of the celebrity athletes that you have in your roster are
Yes.
people who have played in the NFL. You have like, these are some big guys, and I'm like, there's no way that this guy is really. I mean, yes, you could. But I'm just saying that, and you have Cali Muscle. You know, you have guys who are very, very big and strong, and I'm like,
Yeah.
this isn't your stuff. Like my wife has your hip thrust bench, for example, right? So
Yes.
I've seen your stuff in other places. I'm like, okay. And Kurt, we have someone in the chat who said he's got your leg extension, leg curl, and he said, I'm trying to break it right now to see, because he's doing a review. But
Yeah.
primarily, it seems to me that you guys were marketing towards more intermediate, more beginner level people because of, for example, the gauge of steel that you have in your for your equipment, that kind of thing. That makes sense. Let me ask you something.
Okay.
I mentioned that I see your products all across social media,
Yeah.
but and granted, that's congratulations to you and your department, because you're everywhere,
Thank
right?
you.
But
Yeah.
But one thing that strikes me is you guys are going to Home Gym Con. You're doing
Yes,
this
true.
interview. You guys are a lot more open, it seems to me, with the home gym community than, say, Nicolo or Major Fitness or Jacked Up Fitness. Or these are who I perceive as your competitors, right?
Yes.
Why is it so important for you guys to do interviews like this? Why was it important for you guys to have a booth at Home Gym Con next year?
Okay. Actually, honestly, the home gym community has given us so much. Yeah, that's true. So, like, they always give us good advice, great suggestions, also some critical criticism. So it feels natural that we want to have to be more close with the community, and also try to give back to, like, whenever we can. So we work with many channels, like for example yours. We have Luke's Garage Gym, Carp's Gym, Ashley the Amazing, Jim Crafter, No Face, Top 47, etc. And actually they helped us a lot. Like when we release new products, they give us a lot of feedback, and it's honest feedback. And they always recommend us, for example, you need to change this, maybe this is uncomfortable, this is too small, maybe you have to change this. And we always listen to them, and they always point to things that maybe we didn't see as a problem. So just for example, when we released our first M1 rack, so when we send it to the community to review it, so they gave us a lot of things to improve. So, and then like months later, we have now M1 2.0, and actually because of that feedback, a lot of our customers like love it. Like it's getting really positive reviews, and we are very satisfied with all these suggestions. So seeing that, like, we want really to be like close to the community and to be part of it, because it's not just about like selling equipment, it's also about like building connections and learn from each other. So that's why we really want to be like close. We just don't want to be an online brand and that's it. Like we have a long-term vision. So if we want really like to be here for a long time and to always improve, so we need really to connect with the community, especially face to face. This is the first step. And then we have the home gym conference next year.
Right.
So the home gym conference next year actually is a good opportunity for us to meet people face to face. Like at the beginning, we didn't think that we could be able to attend as a budget brand, but actually many of our customers like texted us that we need to participate, and because they want like to meet like who is behind RitFit.
Yeah.
And then after we received the invitation from our gym experiment, so we say, okay, maybe it's time to show up.
Yeah.
And in that's it. Also, next year will be our 10th anniversary, so it's quite a milestone for us. And I think there is no better way to celebrate than like connecting with people who made it all possible face to face. And lastly, how you can resist an invite from Garage Gym Experiment. So that's why we want to attend.
There you go. Yeah. In fact, Jake actually he did send a question, and he said,
Oh yeah.
He put together Home Gym Con, and I remember when I first heard about it, I said, man, this is a great idea, because so often we buy stuff online, but I don't really know if that bench fits me. I don't know if the dimensions of the machine are going to fit me, So there's like something. So I used to, my first job when I got out of college in 1995 was at a local gym. And so, if you work there for a while, you start to know people, right?
Yeah.
And I would notice, and so some of these guys are bodybuilders, and I would say, you're not here every day. How often do you work out? And they're like, well, I work out I would lift weights. I work out every day. I said, but I don't see you every day, and I'm here all day. And they said, well, I belong to 3 different gyms. I'm like, why? Well, because they liked the chest press at this gym. They liked the leg extension at this gym, because of the dimension. And then so somebody else would say, oh yeah, I don't like that one. I like this one. So I'm at a different gym. And so I know people who are bodybuilders who, when they set up their professional bodybuilders, when they set up their home gym, they set it up by collecting commercial pieces, and they get the commercial pieces that they liked the most at the public gyms that they were members of. Because they're like, I like how this pec, so like I might like the Atlantis pec fly or something like that. Or I may like the hammer strength, this or that. And so for the home gym community, when you see something online, let's say it's a leg press, because you guys have a hack squat leg press combo, right?
Yes, we have.
So we don't know, when I'm looking at it, if the height settings for the safeties are good fit for our height. And what works for me might not work for my wife. I won't know till it gets to my house. I said, well, what if I could try it before I buy it? But a lot of times you can't do that. And so a lot of times you're just like, man, I'm basically just trying. And so I think that that's a benefit for Home Gym Con, because you get to go there, you get to try it out. You're going to get direct contact with us. We're going to say, hey, this is what I like about this. This is what I don't like. I love this. I wish you did this with everything, that kind of stuff. Yeah. But then, I wish you guys had this. So you get your product ideas just right. All you have to do is stand still and wait.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's so awesome. And it's a crowd that's not like the Arnold. I've been to the Arnold many times since 2013. And Home Gym Con is a special, special thing. So there's benefits in it for you and for us.
course.
And I'm excited that you guys are going to be there.
Yeah, same.
Oh, so Carp has two questions. So the first question he said to me, he said, and here I see I'll just go ahead and put it up here so I don't miss it. So I asked this one first, Carp, and then I'll ask the other one that you sent me earlier. So he says, a lot of times companies bring new items or prototypes to Home Gym Con. Do you guys have any new releases that you're planning for Home Gym Con 2025 that you can, as much as you can talk about it?
Yeah, okay. I will give some.
It's just the five.
Yeah, just two of us and Carp maybe. Of course, actually, the goal to attend Home Gym conference, as I mentioned, is first like to shake hands, as you mentioned, like to answer questions, to hear the feedback from like the community. What do you love? What drives you crazy? And so that way, like we can learn. But we also bring in some new gear, like especially for the conference. And actually, it will be like a new switch machine and some specialized training equipment and other products that are still like in developments, but because we know that the level in Home Gym conference. So actually, we want our new gear that will be in the conference to be a sneak peek into your future garage gym, because we are really looking to build like products for the advanced users. So that's what we are working on. So I think it will be. You will like it. I hope so, but we are doing our best.
So let me tell you this, though. So I'll give you one bit of feedback without ever seeing anything that you're bringing with you. And this goes with Eric's comment. That's Carp's gym.
Okay.
So one thing that people really want the opportunity to be able to do, and I'm not kidding you, they will rent a truck to do this, is they want to be able to buy their product. They get there, they like it. Hey, can I buy it here? Now you don't have to worry about taking it back with you. I'll get it home, right? So are you guys going to be selling there? Will you? Because I mean, even if let's say I did this with a few companies. So let's say I'm there and you don't even have like the Square or whatever your point of sale thing. You don't have that set up, right?
Yeah.
So let me buy it from your website, but you don't have to ship me anything. I'll just take this. I'll take this one here. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. So, but will you have some way for us to buy stuff if we see it and we like it?
Okay, so basically, like you want like to buy it like at the moment and take exactly the product that you saw, right?
Yes. Because then we don't have to worry about. So one of the most frustrating things is shipping. You order it and then you wait, and then if it's something that comes in multiple packages, FedEx, UPS, whatever, they will often divide the packages up because they manage the load, the fuel costs for their trucks, right? Well, that means I may get like the other day, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I had something come in. It was 7 packages. I got 6. I then had to wait 2 weeks to get the last package because something happened to it.
That's true.
And that's so frustrating. But if I had purchased the same thing at Home Gym Con, first of all, it's already put together. All right.
So you saved a lot of hours, at least 4-6 hours. Yeah.
And think about this too. So depending on how large the item is, if let's say there's something it's nothing to pay, let's say $200, $300 for shipping. Well, I can rent a U-Haul cheaper than that. So I rent a little U-Haul, take the U-Haul with me, load whatever the thing is, drive home, drop the U-Haul, unload it, drop the U-Haul off, I'm done. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. So to cut to the chase, yes, will you let people buy stuff at Home Gym Con? I'm going to give this question. I'm going to give you the big screen.
Well, actually, we didn't decide yet. but actually now that you mentioned it, so we can push to make it happen, because also like it's not an easy thing, like to do it.
You can do it. I believe you.
Okay.
You can make it here. You can make it.
Okay, I will check this with Miss Lee. I will push to do it, of course. Because actually that's also one of the reasons like we want to start like doing offline things, because of course we believe in our products, so we really want people like to experience them before they buy them, because we know it's not low ticket products, is and like people buy equipments as an investment, not like commodities or stuff like that. So it's really important for them to really experience like the product. So i think I think maybe we'll try to do it. No promises though, but I will do my best to push.
Okay.
Is that fine? Is that enough?
Yeah, and I mean, you can only do your best. But I'm going to tell
Yeah,
you
of course.
an example. So ATX, I don't know if you're familiar with them, but ATX, they're a company based in Germany.
Okay.
Nobody had heard of them. So Jake got them to Home Gym Con, and they shocked everyone. That's what Carp is talking about. He said that ATX shocked everyone this year. And he's saying you have the same chance to do the same thing for a more budget brand. Because as I said, you guys are so open with the home gym community. You're getting your products in the hands of I don't want to say influencers, but I understand like people who do what I do. We're looking at it, and then we're telling people about it. The word of mouth is spreading, and then coming on, you're doing interviews like this. That makes people trust you more. Then you're at Home Gym Con, somebody sees something, they're like, oh, this actually, then when they see it, they can start picturing. They say, well, I can picture this at my house. I'd like to get it. And then and that was where the breakdown will come. Is like, oh, you mean I have to wait? Especially if it's something you're like, okay, well, I order it. Well, it takes 3 weeks to ship. You're like, yeah, but I'm looking at it right now. I want it now. I want to take it home now. So yeah. So I think you could do the same thing, and it can really be a springboard for you, and the brand.
Sure.
Hey, Matthew Porter, what's up, Matthew? What's up, man? Good to Matthew's a really good guy. He's actually an inventor. He has a lot of products that he has created. That and his niche is he'll make things that make increase your ability to use what you already have. So let's say you have like the power rack that's behind me. He could make something that would enhance the functionality of that power rack. So he's not competing with the company. Instead, he's doing like little add-on pieces, like attachments for it. So yeah, I'm glad you were able to make it, Matthew.
Okay, that's good to know. So we'll check for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So now I told you there was another question from Eric Carpenter, and that is who Carp's Gym is. He said, if you were to compare your products versus other budget brands like Titan or Bronc or Bicolo, what would you say sets RitFit apart from your competition from a product standpoint?
Actually, what we really think sets us apart comparing to other budget brands, first of all, is that we take seriously the safety and stability in our products. We know it's not as strong as commercial grade products, but for our target customers, which are beginners and intermediate, we know that it's safe for them and reliable. So when it comes to testing the products, we are very strict in the process. So this way we ensure that the products is safe and reliable, and the value you get for the price you paid is even more than what you expect. This is the first thing, is about like safety and the stability of our products. The second thing that really sets us apart from what I see in the market is our customer service and how we treat our customers and the community in general. We are really I know maybe it can sound like a cliche, but we are really obsessed with our customers. Like for any problems they have, either like with shipping or with the product, with replacements, with everything, we try to fix it. In addition to that, we are very flexible to make adjustments and also to bring upgrades. So like when we have negative feedback for our customers, like we just don't nod and smile and say, okay, thank you. We really like, we receive the feedback, and then we dig into it, what's the problem and how we can fix it as soon as possible. And like we are lucky enough to be in control of the production and every process, so we can do things faster. But don't get me wrong, faster doesn't mean sloppy or quick fixes. Like we really take the adjustment and the upgrades as like the first one. And I will give you some examples just for M1. Like we released M1 at the beginning of this year, and now we have M1 2.0. And during this period, at least we did, I can see maybe 7 to 8 adjustments, upgrades. Like the first production is totally different than the last production. And the same thing for the leg press machine, the BLP01 leg press hack squat machine. Like we did maybe 6 or 7 versions from like the first time we launched.
Based on feedback?
All customer feedback.
Okay.
Yeah, like because of course, like we can do some adjustments, but every feedback we receive from the customer or from the content creators or from anyone who tested our product and said that we have this problem, we will collect all the feedback, and then we have meetings, like analyze everything. Okay, this is good, this is good, this is good, and we try to deliver. So I think this is one of our strengths, is that we really listen to our customers, and not just listening, but listening with action. So you complain, we fix it. And also we have an amazing customer support service. Like the answer quickly. And actually the most problems we have are with shipping, but also with that we try like to fix it. Okay, you received a damaged product, okay, we will replace it for you. So our customer service really sets us apart. And another thing is, of course, the product itself. It's as you know, our target customers are budget, space conscious, beginners, intermediate. So the price they pay is good, and also the value they receive is like, I can see that we over deliver, and we always try with our products to exceed like the expectations of our customers. And actually, I don't know if you watch some like people who reviewed our like M1 or other products, they always
like Tim at Jim Crafter. He's doing the M1 the version 1 versus the 2.0, I think, right now.
Yeah, like even for the first version, like he was surprised that for that price, even if it's 14 gauge still, it's still like it feels stable. Like you can like you can work out on it, like as long, of course, there is limits, but for a beginner to intermediate user, it's safe for him and it's reliable, and he can work out like as long as he wants. So this is really what we think, and the mix of all of this sets us apart, I think, is that we really care about our customers, we listen, and when you give us feedback, we act on it immediately. We are flexible, like we are not, for example, when you give us feedback, like it will not take years to upgrade, for example, from 1 to 2.0. Like we can do it within months. Of course, we have our systems, our processes, why like we can do it faster. And also we do this for the customer. We know that if we are not satisfying our customers, if we are not really listening to them, so I don't think we can be here for the long run. So that's why we really care about the community and also for the customers.
So man, so Michael Vaudrey, Michael V, he also another inventor. He's actually he's looking for a brand he can partner with right now because he has a product that will allow you to take dumbbells to use them in a power rack. And so I will send you guys the link to the video where he demonstrates it. So if this is something that works out for you guys, then maybe it'll, you can do something with it. But anyway, but he says you complain, we fix. He said that's a great T-shirt idea.
That's good.
Well, see, I can tell you the marketing guy.
Thank you.
Saying phrases, and I've been like, oh wait, I like that. I said, oh, as my kids would say, that's a bar. Because you said
that's a bar. That's true.
Said, the one I like was when you said not just listen, but listen with action. I said, I like that. Yeah, listen with action, man. That's good. So Jay is here from the West Coast. Hey, good morning, Jay. Welcome to the party. Hey, happy getting up too early with Garage Gym Life, man. Hey, and shout out to the Central Time Zone and all the hubbub and the craziness. We crossed time zones and I didn't get to say good morning. So good morning to everyone who's watching. If this is your first time on the show, please do me a favor and hit that like button, hit subscribe, because we are trying to get to 40,000 subscribers. We are less, last time I checked, we were at, less than 100 to go to get to 40,000. So I need you guys to hit subscribe if you are watching this video. There's 673 of you watching right now. I need all of you to hit like and hit subscribe because I want to continue getting good guests like Bachir on here. Let me ask you something else, man.
Okay.
That was I thought was kind of and I don't want to say it's unusual, but it's sad that it's unusual. Okay. And what I mean is, so I thought of it because Joyce, it was in the questions I sent you, but the person who spurred the question is Michael's wife, Joyce, who's also watching right now.
Okay.
She says, you can't just take something and make it pink and say, oh, it's for women, right? Well, you guys have a pink series. You have an entire series. And in fact, when Summer reached out to me about doing the hip thrust bench, I went and I looked at some videos of other people because I said, well, I'm not using it. It will be my wife. So I said, are you interested in looking at this, right? And she said, yeah, try it. Yeah. And so let me go ahead and pull that up real fast. But talk to me about how you guys, because I want people to see the pink series. There we go right there. And in fact, there's Ashley.
It's a whole collection.
Yeah, Ashley's our good friend right there. So that's Ashley there.
Yeah, it's really amazing.
Yeah, so this is your collection, so everybody can see there. So your home, so you have an all-in-one home gym. He's got the pink bumper plates. My wife loves your bumper plates, by the way. You've got your leg press hack squats combo. It's pink.
Yeah.
You've got your adjustable weight bench, pink. There's the hip thrust machine I mentioned. You've got a barbell. There it is. The 4-foot pink straight training bar. That's the one that my wife really likes.
Yes.
You got sent that along with the hip thrust machine. And then, of course, you have the pink kettlebells and things like that. But let's talk to me about how you guys, first of all, I love the fact that you do it, but what do you do to make your products female friendly?
Okay. So I will tell you about how this idea of pink series started. Actually, we didn't have intentions to have a whole collection for pink series. So what we did first is we launched the 4-foot barbell in order to use it with the hip thrust bench. And then after customers saw this, they say, oh, now that we have the pink barbell, why not you make some pink plates? And then, as I mentioned, we always listen to our customers. So we said, why not? Let's try. Then we did the pink bumper plates. And and it's like a product, they lead to another product, and lead to another product. And then one of our customers uses those plates on one of our racks, and that inspired us to launch the pink package. And then Then we sold our leg press hack squat machine with pink plates, and then some customers say no, like we want the whole machine to be pink. So that's how we ended up having a full series of pink. But now, as we have more and more female customers, we started making some equipments and also finding ways to make equipments to be more female friendly, and not just the pink that is like pink series, but also like try to make, for example, for the barbells, because of course it's different. Like we can have like some female friendly ones also from other machines and stuff like that. So we realized that pink alone is not enough. Of course, the color is very important, because actually what we found is that some people, like, they are investing in home gym equipment, not just to have a place for training and like to be active. They really consider it as a part of their house. So like they are like trying to find equipments like to suit their mood, their personality, or their like home style. And now also a lot of our customers, the equipment is not just in the garage, it's also they dedicate a full room for that. Or even some people, I know maybe some people will not like agree with this, but they put our products and our racks in their living room, and it looks nice. Yeah. So we know that the color alone.
People who do that, like they have a living room gym because they work out. They might work out it from the television because they may be following a program that's on TV or whatever. Like I know there's Body. It used to be Beach Body, but they have Body, so you can log on to that. And there's some other things like that. So that makes. On this channel, see, in this show, it makes perfect sense to me. Like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, makes sense to me. Especially, what if you live in an apartment, a studio apartment in New York or something?
Exactly.
You don't have space. Yeah, so I can see aesthetically, you would want it to be something that people wouldn't look at and be like, what is that? You know, like
exactly.
Yeah.
But of course, now for the future of Pink series, it will not just be sticking pink into products. We are the product team now are developing some special equipments that can be female like friendly. And also I think for our products, like mostly they are pretty safe for them. So it's not like really something that they cannot work out with. But of course we want to make it very special, like Pink series to be Pink series. And because also the goals for females is not the same as males. Also, you know, there is a lot of things to consider, but we always to not just have products, but also like try to sell like an experience. We see, of course, the product should be good, but also why not be nicer and good looking and suits the aesthetics that people like. So we hope in the future, of course, our vision is to make fitness accessible and people to have their own home gyms. So in the future, we really want like everyone, either if it's color, if it's like the quality of this the steel or anything, they will have an option, and then they can customize their equipments like to their reference. Of course, we are still a little bit far from that, but I think we are in the right path, and it's all about customers.
So I told you Joyce is watching, so she's got questions, right? But let me go. So Carlos said his gym is in his living room, so he's an example of someone who we're talking about. In fact, he did a gym tour, and it's on this channel here, so you guys, people can check it out. We're watching. So let's go to Joyce's question, and then I have a question for you from Luke's Garage Gym. So Joyce said, are your products basically designed for an overall shorter frame? So like Ashley, and she's the person, you know who Ashley is. Ashley,
of course, I know.
But yeah, Ashley's awesome. I actually met her at Home Gym. Well, she was in the military. I was in the military, and when we met each other at Home Gym Con, we said we've seen each other somewhere before, but we couldn't figure it out. And I said, we probably were both like at the PX or something, standing in line, and we just saw each other because I'd never spoken to her before. But anyway, so
Okay.
from then, she's been become good friends with my wife and with me. But anyway, so she's taller. She's
Yes,
tall for a woman, but there are a lot of women who are shorter as well. So what Joyce wants to know
exactly.
is, are they designed? What's the height range in terms of designing the product for a woman? And also think about barbells. The diameter of the barbell for a woman is
Exactly.
often
Yeah.
taller because you want to go 28 millimeter, maybe not 29, or even down as far as 25, depending on what it's for. So talk about how you design for a woman specifically.
So, for example, I cannot give you for now for our products because, as I mentioned, for the Pink series, we are just developing them still. But of course, we'll consider as you said, because for example, the range of motion for taller people is not the same as like short people, and also as you said, the diameter. So it's that exactly what we are will working on also for our racks. I mean, like there is many things that we consider, but usually what people are having problems with is the range of motion. And actually, for our products, it's like tall people who have this problem. But for example, for like normal, I don't know, for normal height people, I think our products they suit them. But
Okay.
usually for taller people, it's like the ones who are hesitated with our products. Like we saw that with
With Tim?
the leg press, yeah, the leg press machine. Like
Yeah.
some people, because we receive questions before people buy. So usually for the range of motions is it's about the range of motion, and because like you say, I am 6'2", or this will it like suitable for me, and of course like also very short. Like people also can have some problems, but I think between like 5 to 6 feet, maybe I think our products can suit them.
So, so you made me think about Tim because Tim is 6'6", though, and so he's doing he's the one who's reviewing the M1 versus version 1 versus version 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he sent me some questions as well. He's going to be watching on replay because he had a prior commitment at this time.
Okay.
So he said, "Hey, I heard you're talking to RitFit," and he sent me some questions to ask you. So I'm going to make sure I do those. Carp said, yes, you offer some color options, pink, black, and red, and he's agreeing with you, and so do I. So a lot of people like to match their power rack or the color scheme. Like for me, you can see it. Even the color scheme for me, my brand is black and red, and so I try where possible. I want things in the gym to match that aesthetic.
Actually, our colors are black and red as well, so I think you will never have a problem
don't
with
worry,
our
we're
products.
looking at the power rack that's over your shoulder. I know people are looking at it trying to figure out which one that is. Like, hey, what's that? Yeah.
They will probably guess it's M1 2.0. Okay. Yeah. Actually, it looks amazing in real life than the pictures.
Nice.
You can see.
Okay.
And here we have our new release, the Gazelle Pro. It's like an advanced leg press.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, you need to check this. And here we have.
So that's the original leg press hack squat next to it, and then the Gazelle is next to that.
Yeah, this is like the original. Actually, this is like the favorite for our customers. And then we just released the Gazelle Pro. I think this is good for maybe advanced people. It will be perfect for them. They can try. And actually, for example, this month we released two top products: the Gazelle Pro, which is an advanced leg press machine, and the Buffalo Rack. And I think advanced people can work with it. It's 13 gauge still, and yeah, it's good, and it's 2x3. So I think people can check it. Maybe you will like it, and it's the first step to introduce more advanced and more strong racks starting the next year.
So you are planning on going to 11 gauge steel instead of just 14 or 13?
Of course.
Perfect.
I cannot give dates, but as I mentioned, we have a goal and we have a vision to have an option for everyone. It's just for the moment, because we have a long-term vision, but short-term focus. We have currently our Yeah, that's
Long-term vision, but a short-term focus. Okay.
yeah. Of course, we never lose sight of where we want like to go or to be. But for the moment, we take things slowly. We want to do things like at the right time. Now we are serving like a part of the audience. We have beginners and intermediate, and then and so far I think we are doing a great job with them. They are happy with our products. So the next step is try to introduce more advanced like products. I know, of course, maybe the price will be a little bit higher. That's for sure. But we want to do things like perfectly. So when we will design an advanced rack or like products in general with 3x3 11 gauge, we want like the design to be perfect. We want to have like the feedback for all the people what they are expecting. So when we bring the product to the market, again, to over deliver and to exceed expectations. So of course we will do that, and it will starting next year, and maybe you will see the product, the first ones at the conference. For example, for next year I think we have an exciting product that maybe people will like very much. It's I can see it's another version. It's Imp2 with weight stacks and like 3D Smith machine. So it can feel like free weight training. It's not like fixed. Yeah. So we have some cool upgrades. Yeah.
Okay. You're in the kitchen cooking. Okay.
Yeah.
Kitchen
We're
cooking.
always, yeah.
All right.
Because
All right.
of course, I mean, we are satisfying our customers now, like the beginners and the intermediate, but we always feel that, you know, the advanced users are usually, you know, of course, we receive a lot of good feedback from them and they help us a lot, but we didn't yet like release something for them. We started with the Buffalo rack now with 13 gauge and 2x3, and of course in the future I think we want to have an option for everyone.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that goes with what Jared said. He said offer plenty of height and depth options. So from a power rack perspective, for example, the depth of the power rack. So how much space I have it. So like for I don't necessarily need 48, front to back, 48 inches front to back in a power rack, because when I unrack the bar, my squat walkout is that, but some people like to do this.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, they go for a long, quiet stroll with a bar on their back. I don't do that. But and then also people are bigger, and so you don't want to feel claustrophobic. So yeah, I agree with that. You want to have plenty of depth options and height options as well. I know we're running late on time, so I'm gonna have to come get you back on here, man. This was really fun. So I hope you will come back on.
Of course.
In fact, we can do it. I'll make sure to interview you at Home Gym Con, because I'll be broadcasting from there as well that day. So you're the first person. I'm booking you as my first guest for Home Gym. But let's we got some questions from Tim, as I mentioned, from Gymcraft.
Okay.
He wants to know about your product testing. Do you do your product testing in-house, or do you use third-party testing?
We do both.
Okay.
Yeah, mostly all the testing is made in-house. And as I mentioned, when you ask him about what makes us really different than from like other budget brands, I told you that we take safety like seriously. And can I talk about like the process of testing if you want? Like how we test our product?
Of course, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. So
actually, what I wanted to know is, like, I think it'd be a good idea from your marketing person. People like watching videos like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's what I want to see on the RitFit channel. I want to see a video of you guys testing something, trying to break it. All
yeah.
right.
Okay.
Please continue.
So I will explain. I will explain now the process, and I will talk about like content about that. So we have for products, we do usually 4 type of tests to make sure everything is all right, and also to know what's the limit of our products and what's the load capacity and everything. The first kind of test we do is we call it dynamic tests. So what we do is that we take 120% of the maximum weight that of the rack, and we drop it from like 1 meter high, right?
Okay.
And drop it, for example, in the safety arm. And like we do it multiple times, and we check if there is like any deformation or any bending. So if we drop like this 120% of the max weight, like we usually recommend, and there is no deformation, then we have like a winner. So we know what's the limit. And then
dropping on the safeties,
the safety arm.
arms. Okay. And then what about with the J hooks? Do you do a drop test on the J hooks as well?
So we do too.
Okay.
Yeah, we do it.
Okay.
So for each part, like we do these tests, and then we do static. We call it static load tests. Is that we park 160% of the maximum weight that we usually recommend on, for example, safety arm on the G-hooks, and we let it sit there for a period, and then if there is no deformation again or bending, then we know it's a winner. Then we note, okay, what's like the limit. And then after we have, I think my favorite and like the fun part is the destructive tests.
That's what we want to see.
Because it's fun. It's fun. It's oddly satisfying. So of course, who doesn't want to see a speech machine like getting pushed until it's totally destroyed? So that's what we do. It's like we keep pushing until to failure, until it's totally destroyed, so we can know what's the maximum that can destroy.
Right, because you have a weight bench where it says it's 1,300 pound capacity. So I'm immediately like, so I'm looking for, I'll just tell you this is a side note. So I'm looking for a weight bench for my uncle because he had an accident. He bought a bench, and the bench, it was at an incline. It failed under him. And actually, this is a good story to tell you, just so you understand. So he was working out in his home gym, and he was doing dumbbell incline presses.
Okay.
The bench, the bolt for the bench failed. He fell backwards, and he was still holding onto the dumbbells. This wasn't that long ago. And because he was still holding the dumbbells, trying to not just drop it everywhere, he ended up tearing his rotator cuff and had to have surgery. All because the thing that's supposed to keep the bench from falling back like that failed. So the whole bench goes like that. He falls down, and he's lucky he didn't hit his head, but he falls backward, and he's like, oh, and the dumbbells, and then now his rotator cuff is injured. So these are the things I think about when I go to get a bench. Sometimes people will tell me about a bench to say, hey, I want you to review this bench. And let's say it says it has a 500 pound capacity. Well, I weigh 225 pounds, and I bench press close to 400. Well, I'm not going to do that. I don't do that often, but my max bench press is about 370. Okay. It's going to be 405 when I see you in person. But anyway, I'm just saying, so that how much I can bench plus what I weigh, that's 700 pounds, right? So you're telling me that the 600, close to 600, over 600 pounds. So if you're telling me that the bench max capacity is 500, there's no point in me buying it. You know what I mean?
I understand.
That's what I think of when I hear that, and then also my uncle's injury. So I like that you do that you guys have this rigorous product testing. And I'm glad that you guys said it, because the people in the chat want to know that, right? But here's something else. You already mentioned what you guys do with negative reviews. You use that as feedback. I'm going to ask you something. Has RitFit ever paid a content creator to just, hey, we'll pay you, but just don't release this review because it's negative?
No. We don't do that. And we don't do that because actually we welcome negative feedback a lot. And also, I don't think even if we're there to offer this to someone that they will accept, especially we know the people in the community, I think it will be a sign of disrespect if we do that. And also, so we don't do that. We always, actually, if you check all the reviews that the community made on our products, you will always find that like they criticize our products. And we are okay with that. So we never did that. I think we will never do it. And I don't think we'll even be like able to offer that to someone, because personally, I don't think it's a good idea. And I think if we even dare to do it, I think they will call us out. They will mention it. So we just don't think about it.
Yeah, I mean, we have a fairly, the home gym community is huge, but it's also very tight knit. And the people who make content, we talk to each other.
Exactly.
Groups and, and so, yes, basically the word, it'll get out. We'll tell people about it. Talk to me. Last question from me is, you guys have a lot going on. You have Black November, so people can visit ritfitsports.com to check out your stuff. And I know you guys are planning your showroom in California.
Yes.
So if somebody wants to keep up with everything that's going on with RitFit, what's the best way for them to, stay and get connected with you, with your brand, and to just stay in up to date with everything you have going on?
So actually, we have a lot of going on these days. So, and like for people, they can like enjoy 12% off using code, Garage Gym Life on everything. And yeah, that's true. They will enjoy 12% off. And after they spend $500,
you guys created a promo code. I had no idea. I didn't know about this.
That's true. It's okay, especially for today. And if for orders more than $500, of course you will receive a mystery gift up to $100, because we does love gifts. And also we have like early bird pricing for our latest products, which is the Gazelle Pro, and also for the Buffalo Rock, which is 2x3 13 gauge steel. And for our showroom, of course, as you mentioned, that people really want to try products in beforehand. So that's one of the reasons why we wanted to open the showroom. We want really. Yes, in Chino Hills, California.
Chino Hills? Okay. I asked you that because Jay, Jay, I see you guys answered him. Because Jay lives in California, and he wanted to know where is it going to be. So, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I think it will be launched by the end of this year. And for updates, you can always go to our website, ritfitsports.com. We always have new products, new deals and sales. And also you can check all the updates in our Instagram, ritfit.sports. There is always updates, every update, and also a lot of giveaways. As I told you, I have really an amazing team. Like they are doing really great.
Oh yeah, and I will say before I let you go, shout out. Summer is really easy to work with. She's
amazing.
She was able to put me in touch with you guys, and so I really appreciate the hard work she did. I appreciate you. I know it's nighttime where you are in China, and so I appreciate you. Especially you very such short notice.
Of course, it's a pleasure. It was fun.
Oh yeah,
maybe
man.
you can repeat it another time.
We definitely will, man. I got your email address now. I'll be reaching out to you guys. And if you have something that you just want to reach out to me about to see if we can, it's a good fit to bring on the show or to talk about it, then we can do that as well.
Sure.
But now I'm going to let you so much. Let you go get some sleep because you have a busy day tomorrow, I'm sure. And thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
All right. So that was Bachir with RitFit. And he is the director of marketing for RitFit. We've got our next guest. I already see Andrew and Kat in the background. They are poised and waiting. Andrew's in his action pose. He's ready to go. So I'm gonna bring them on in a second. But before I do that, I gotta say good morning. It is 8 o'clock where I am, but for the Mountain Time Zone, it is 6 a.m. Thank you for getting up way too early with Garage Gym Life. Appreciate you guys being here. If this is your first time watching this show, I see there are 684 of you watching. So I know some of you, this is your first time. Do me a favor, hit that like button, and then I need you to subscribe because we're trying to get over 40,000 subscribers today. During this show, get me over 40,000 subscribers. We're less than 100 away. I know you guys can make it happen. And then share this video with someone else because there's a lot of good information. You just saw that we have a promo code that I didn't know about. That was news to me. Okay, I was today years old when I found out that RitFit had created a code. So it is in the chat right now. And so I'm going to go ahead right here. So, you can use promo code Garage Gym Life. You get 12% off of their products and you get a mystery gift. So I'll bring on another group that I'm huge fans of, and that is Andrew and Kat from Bells of Steel. Before I do that, I want you guys to check this out because let's see if I can actually even do this thing. That's why I wanted my mouse, because I wanted to be able to pull this thing up here, and it won't let me do it. It won't let me do it. Let's see if I can do it. Let's try it this way. We're going to see if I can do this video file. Will it let me do it? No, it won't let me do it. All right, sorry. I was going to play the commercial, but I'll tell you guys what happened. I was sabotaged. Okay. But let's go ahead and let's bring you guys on. Andrew and Kat. Everybody show your love for Andrew and Kat. Thanks for being here. What's going on?
Hey, buddy. How's it going?
It's good, man. Hey, look, we're making it, As long as I know how to love, I know how to So, and before you guys get out of here, Joyce, thank you for hanging out with us. Joyce says she's got to go, but she says, welcome, Andrew and Kat. So she's got to go, but she's going to watch on replay. Shout out to the replay gang. And so she says she's looking forward to watching this interview in full later. That's Joyce, you got to do it because that's the only way you get to watch the real star of the show, and that's that. All right. And it never work with kids, but I'm telling you, that baby's going to get my views up. I know.
Let's do it.
All right. Hey, Joey Echeverria says, hello. What's up, Joey? Thanks for jumping in here, man. Okay, so let's go ahead. I've got some questions that I sent you guys up here because first of all, let me just go ahead and just say you guys are just like the Indianapolis store. You guys pretty much handle Bells of Steel for the United States. Is that correct?
Yeah, so we actually run the U.S. operations out of Indy. The company is very heavily skewed as far as employees to Canada to U.S. And actually all of our U.S. employees are here in Indy. So, the Indy showroom is the only showroom in the United States, and the U.S. operations run out of Indianapolis.
Okay. All right. So, and so the reason I wanted to make a point about that is it's one thing to say you have a showroom and it's in Indianapolis, but I don't want people to think, not that there's anything wrong with being a store manager, but you're not just the store manager. You actually, if someone is buying something and they're in the United States, they're buying from Bells of Steel, it probably comes from in some way or the other through you guys. So I want to make sure people understand if they're in, I don't know, Sparta, Mississippi or something, that you guys are the ones who are going to be handling customer care for them and getting the products out to them.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so go ahead.
We actually split that, so we do have some CS in Canada too, but all of our CS local in the United States is here in Indy. If it's shipped United States, it either came from our Calgary hub or it came from Indy, and 80 to 90% of that came right from Indianapolis. So we've been through every order, and you get a CS on all the different channels, and then we also service all your product too. So yeah, it's a full circle.
So we already, like, the questions are coming in fast and furious. So I want to go ahead and start. First of all, Jay, who's in California, said he said, I got my generous gift for participating in the online survey. I can't wait to use it. So thank you, Bells of Steel. Yeah, I completed my survey as well. And if you guys have not done it, what you need to do is go to bellsofsteel.us and sign up for the email list, and then you'll get the email will come to you, and there'll be a survey in there. It takes like, I think maybe 5 minutes to do it, and then you get, and then I think like not even a day later, I got the coupon for participating. So yeah. So Matthew Porter, who you guys are familiar with, said, "Hey y'all."
So Matt.
Yeah. Let's see here. Jared says it's super nice crew in Indy. So he's been there several times. And actually, your store is actually on my bucket list to visit. So fair warning. I plan on coming out there and checking it out.
Great to have you.
So let's talk about, besides, just because I mentioned visiting, besides not having to deal with shipping, it's obvious. What are some advantages of shopping at the Indianapolis store in person versus shopping online?
I mean, the biggest thing that people come in for is the experience. So a lot of people want to try things out, touch them, use them, make sure it's the product for them, get specs on it. A lot of our customers are very particular when it comes to like sizes because of the size limitations of their garage or basement or home. So they have to come in, measure things, try it out, make sure it fits for them. And then the other biggest thing is in Indianapolis, we have 20% off all in-store pickup. So you get a bunch of savings on top of savings if you come in and pick it up. So we do have free shipping in the United States anyways, but so your stuff doesn't have to go through carriers. You can come in and pick it up and you get a nice discount as well.
Yeah, Kat and I, yeah, we went through a pretty big round and round with a carrier, and I was like, "You guys are so cool," because I was waiting for the part I was like, "I got 6 packages, but I need 7. Where's the 7th package?" And they kept lying in the tracking notifications, saying, "Oh yeah, it's on the way to you," but then it said inclement weather. Well, my day job, we have weather radar up all the time. I said, I've been looking at the weather in the entire United States. I didn't see anything that would prevent my stuff from being at my house right now. I call it, that's a lie. All right. Service says that's a lie. Right. I was hot, but you guys were really cool in terms of taking care of me. And I've already told Kayvon, when he was on in the past, that I think customer service is what sets Bells of Steel apart from a lot of bigger brands, because I don't have a problem with big companies, but I know sometimes it's difficult to get that good customer care when a company gets bigger, because then you start having to outsource it and things like that. So Onan said the 20% discount is huge for in-store pickup, because again, you don't have to deal with, it's not just the shipping cost, it's not having to wait for your stuff, it's knowing your stuff came in all together and it's not damaged or anything like that. So yeah, that is a pretty big deal. We have a question from Jay. He wants to know if you guys have any plans to open a California store.
We actually just started doing shipping in Canada, in California.
So you have a fulfillment center in California? So
we actually have a 3PL in California now.
Okay.
So the shipping rates will be a little bit different. Also, that's where stuff comes in. So no plans so far as a store. We've been in California several times for 3PLs, just due to logistics, but nothing planned. I know that Indy is our main focus for the foreseeable future. But you never know.
Well, I got 2 questions. The first one was a plan, and I was like, I already had in my mind. It's like, what's the furthest that anyone has ever traveled to the Indy store to pick up equipment?
The furthest we normally get is like 3 hours, maybe 4. We've had a bunch from Kentucky, a bunch from northern parts of Michigan, Illinois, and Ohio. But yeah, we've seen 3-4 hours easily to come get stuff. I think logistically that makes sense too on the savings. Yeah. The other thing is we had somebody from, I was thinking last night with Kat, I think it was from, if I actually get this right, I think they're from Finland. They're from Finland. They didn't come specifically just for Bells of Steel. They were doing a visit, but they actually bought some glute ham sliders and put them in their duffel bag and took them back with them. So our furthest purchase, I think, was Finland.
It's going to win. I was gonna say Florida. If Matthew Porter's been to your store, I was like, oh, Matthew probably got it because he's in Florida. But no, sorry, Matthew, you are not the winner. That Finland wins.
They came to visit, and they had heard about the brand, wanted to see the showroom. They had like a driver drive them to Bells of Steel. And yeah, they took some stuff home. They weren't sure if it was going to make it through security, but they said, whatever, we'll try it. Nice. So I actually don't know if they made it or not.
All right. So now my follow-up question that I occurred to me while we were talking is, so, so that home gym con, like when I met you guys, basically we tried. The reason why I own a Seal Row pad, for example, is because Kat actually demonstrated it to my wife and I when we met you guys at Home Gym Con 2 years ago, right? So the idea of just trying stuff at Home Gym Con is pretty easy. But I've been to stores, man, where like they don't want you to touch anything because they're afraid you're gonna do something stupid with it. They're like, "Are you gonna hurt yourself?" So, what's the dumbest thing you've seen somebody try to do in your store? You're like, hey, you can't do that. Please don't, sir, please put your clothes back on and don't do that again. Like, what's the weirdest thing you've seen somebody do?
Oh man. I don't think I have any like crazy story of somebody trying to do something like inappropriate that like wouldn't pass. I mean, we've had some like lifters that aren't real sure on the lifting side. So we've seen some technique that's pretty raw. Some of our stuff isn't bolted down, so a lot of people will try to like yank on it.
I was going to mention that because
bolted down. So that's probably the craziest one. I guess the other one is we've had some incidences on the treadmill. Like people don't know how to run, and then they crank it up a little too high.
On the manual treadmill?
On the manual treadmill, yeah. They get going a little fast for themselves and can't hang on. So
stop.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how to help you.
Most interesting one is when people try to take, because the curved treadmill isn't just like it's not just you don't just get it right away.
A little bit of a learning curve.
And for them just to hop on and try to go full speed, that's been a couple interesting incidences.
That's so funny because it's a manual treadmill, and I'm like, well, how do I stop? Because I know somebody's asked you, well, how do I stop? And I bet you somebody's asked you how to start it, and you're like, well, I knew it. I'm a student of human nature. I knew somebody asked you how to start the manual treadmill.
Yeah. I guess the most interesting one I saw was someone used our hex bar. Instead of grabbing it by the handles, they grabbed it by the feet jacks and tried to. I don't know. They thought the feet jacks were a handle, but no, they're just feet, so you can jack it up. They were a little confused by the design of the open trap bar / jack. So
that's when you do like you say, okay, I'm gonna take that from you. You don't need to use this at all because I don't know what you're gonna do when you take it home. So I'm gonna start you out on something a little bit more familiar to you first. Come back when you get good at this straight bar, and we'll help you out with that. Yeah, nah, that's crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
So, and actually, there is another question from Jay. He sent it in to me. Said he wants to know about the durability of the manual treadmill compared to your motorized one. Because I mean, you got fewer parts to break, but now you've told me that people don't know how to start it. I'm like, let's dig into this a little bit more. So, what's the durability like for it?
So we have two versions. We have like a residential one. It's wood grain on the side. And we have our Blitz, which is the big one. It's got resistance. They both seem pretty indestructible. There is a pretty big price difference between the two. But we handle all returns in the US too here in Indy. So if a product has a lot of issues, we see it because they come right back to us. And I don't think I've had a return because of durability or defect on either of them. So we've had a couple where the carrier couldn't get it to where it was going, so they marked it damaged and returned it. But yeah, we don't have any local sold either of those. So I've got two in our facility here, and our facility is also a gym as well in Indy. And if they can't break it, then you probably can't. So yeah, we've seen it used very often and not had any issues. But even our residential one is still a pretty good like heavy duty model. The railing is a little bit different, but like the tread itself, I thought it was going to be way flimsier maybe, but it's just not. It's just very solid for the size of the platform. But yeah, we haven't experienced any issues. The resistance on the big one, the Blitz, it's very simple as far as the design and on how it works. So it's pretty easy.
So, well, you kind of already answered this. Would you, if somebody buys something in the store, because you said like you guys handle it anyway, would you prefer that they just bring it back to the store if they bought it there? Or so even if I bought it online and they live close, you're like, man, just bring it here because we're going to handle it anyway.
It really depends on the customer. Some customers want nothing to do with helping you out. And some are like, yeah, let's try to trade this out. Some are very, if they didn't like it at all or it had a scratch on it, then that's the end of the world. Which I get.
You'll definitely not get scratched while you're using it at the house.
Right. Yeah. No. So if you bought it local, you can return it local. It's way faster than going through customer support. That's one more email they have to go through. Just bring it on in and we'll get it figured out for you. But we handle returns for the entire U.S. So if it was shipped even and it went to Minnesota, for example, and it gets returned, it comes back to Indy. Whether that came from Calgary and went to Minnesota or went from Indy to Minnesota, any returns come back to Indy. So we see every single product that gets returned. I actually hand go through every single one of them. So if you said it was not damaged and it was damaged, or if you say it wasn't used and it was used, I can very easily tell because I go through every single one of them. So, but yeah, I see every product that was returned, and whether that was through carrier, through your 30-day money-back guarantee, or didn't fit your rack, or some other circumstance.
Okay. Let's talk about, because you guys have pushed out a ton of new products. You push out a ton of them. It's like, it's like you've got, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Like cascade. So it started out in the summertime and it's like, okay, now we got this, and now you're teasing stuff for like, hey, and by the way, next year we might, we're working on this and we're working on it. So, talk about the current sale. Talk about and then Black Friday is coming up. So go ahead and just talk about what people need to know as far as Black Friday and what's coming up with that.
So Black Friday, it's a long period of time. So it's longer than just one day. We've got, looks like a couple weeks. We will do a public launch here, I believe today actually. So I was going to be like, obviously be on the newsletter, but there was a little bit of an early bird special. If you weren't on the newsletter, it's actually launching today and it's going through December 1st. And then we have another one December 2nd through December 8th. The newsletter is on the bottom of the website. You just put your information in and you're good. But this will actually launch at some point today. I don't know the specific time, but we're doing.
I bet you the person behind you knows.
Yeah, pricing is already
live.
Yeah,
there you go.
Go now.
Okay, so you sign up right there. Okay.
Yeah. The huge ones are like our Manicure rack attachments. We're doing big apparel. So we're doing a big apparel push for this. Tons of barbells, cardio. The biggest one is our cable attachments. So our cable tower, plate loaded, and pen stick. Plate loaded functional trainer, my fault. But the cable tower was one of our biggest products. It's actually going on a huge sale. The other one is kettlebells, benches, our belt squat, and then a bunch of accessories. But the accessories for the Manicure is a huge one. Tons of barbells and those selector machines. Those are on huge discount with a bunch of kettlebells as well. There is a giant range of products. Those are just highlights. But there is a giant range of products that are on sale. I have a list, but it's like.
Oh, no. Yeah, I see the list that Kat sent was ginormous. So
yeah, and that's just like
a highlight. And of course, as I put the link in the chat, so you guys can click that link and visit the Bells of Steel website. You'll be supporting the show, and also you'll be getting some cool products. But one of the products that I wanted to talk about because Kat and I were talking about. First of all, I just got mine, but also Kat was saying that this is the lowest price that the cable tower has been, has ever been. So,
wrapping below 1,000.
Yeah, and even so with the upright. Because at first you guys had like the build your own discount sale, and now you got the this Black Friday sale. So talk about kind of like what more of the details, and is there a promo code that people need to use or anything like that when they get to the website?
No, there's no promo code. You can just go right to the website and go from there. We are doing surveys and other things right now, so those all stack if you want to throw in that discount code that you get with. It's military or a survey that you did or a welcome disc code. You don't need to do anything. The website is done for you. Yeah. Everything on the website is marked off. And also those savings combine in the showroom too. So if you come to Indy, you actually get the discount plus the 20%.
So you get the in-person plus the discount for whatever nice.
Yeah. So it will be, you'll be 80% of a tower that's $9.99. We have discount codes there too, but no, it's a lot simpler than it used to be. You can just search through the website on different products and you'll see that hash line made out of what it used to be on pricing and what it is now. And I would just peruse the website on all the different items that you were looking for. And I guarantee there's some sort of discount on just about every item. We are running some door crashers and things like that. You'll have to be on the newsletter to see those. First X amount sold at, X% off. But the big one is the towers, a lot of rack attachments, barbells, and some machines as well. So the list is a few hundred SKUs deep. I would just look through the website.
I can read through all of them alphabetically now out loud. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so it's actually over 400 SKUs that are on sale. So I would just go through our playlist or online and pick out your favorites, and I'm sure it's on a little bit of a discount for sure.
Heck yeah. But that it only the thing is that actually let me, before I say that, Jared, do Jared's question because I got it up on screen. So he said that the 3x3 cable tower and the all-in-one look super legit. Fit the Hydra seal row pad. Yeah, so I put the seal row pad on my cable tower, and I ended up having to use a spacer because I didn't realize that it was 60 millimeter. That the cable tower is 60 millimeter. Now it fit and it worked, but I had to use like a spacer that I got from F&F Steel.
We also have a 60 millimeter seal row, so I can send you that easily too.
Oh, well, look at that. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I had already gotten I actually bought the seal row pad with the 5/8 from Joey because he had switched to another one, right? And then I've got one for 1 inch holes, in case I switch to a different kind of rack or whatever. But it was just I use the spacer, so I do like that.
Spacers are cool. Kaizen does them too, and we can.
Yeah, that's the ones I actually got. I got the Kaizen ones. Yeah, they work.
Yeah, we can send you a 60 mil too if you want.
I like though the fact that that's what I was gonna say is like you guys make stuff that you can use with other companies' products, and that's actually what I first started getting your stuff for. Is like little things. I was like, oh, I bought this thing. Oh, the company doesn't make this. Hey, let's go to Bells of Steel. They've got it. Boom, it fits on there, right? And it was like, different dimensions and different products or whatever. And so that was like the first introduction I had to your company, buying attachments to use with other companies' stuff. So I really appreciate that. Jay wants to know if you guys are, what you think about developing a garage stand for heavy bags. And I know because we had already talked. See, I told you, Kat's smiling because I told her, I said, hey, let me know when you guys get that heavy bag and the stand, not stand, but the rack attachment for it, because right now I don't really have, it's not very convenient in my home gym. I'm getting more stuff in there. So I was hanging stuff from my rafter, but there's only so many places you can hang from the rafter. Because if you go towards the center of the, if you go to the, basically this is a public service announcement. Do not hang a heavy bag from the center of your garage ceiling. because you're going to impact the floor above you negatively. You need to be towards the walls, right? But then that limits you. So for me, when I saw y'all's heavy bag, I said, oh, that'd be cool because you can attach it to the power rack. So I think that goes along with what Jay's asking, if you guys are going to develop a garage stand for heavy bags. He has getting one out of wood, but it'd be better if it's attached.
I don't see one in like the production board in our production space.
Are you looking at the production board right now?
Well, yeah,
Why don't you share your screen?
Can't do that.
You see, I gotta slide that in there. So why don't you just let me see? Just give me a peek. Look, there's only 700 of us here. Okay, we won't tell anybody.
I can't do that. We do well. Kayvon. Kayvon loves to release stuff without even telling anybody. So there's a solid chance that you guys find out before I do. He likes he'll get something in, not tell anybody, and then put it on Instagram. I'm like, okay. So like when the heavy bag
call you and ask you about it, and you're like, maybe we have it.
1,000,000%. Like when the heavy bag. This is funny. When the heavy bag came out, somebody came in or someone was asking about it on Instagram, like, hey, send me one. I'm like, what are you talking about? We're talking a punching bag. And I went on Instagram and one of our samples came in and there's Kayvon doing a video on it. And I had never even heard of the product. So yeah, Kayvon loves to release stuff as soon as possible. So you guys will probably hear about it before we do. But in the production board, I don't see anything on a stand. But I do know we are going to work. But you never know with this company as far as
today's a new day. Tomorrow's a new day. Yeah.
We are always bringing stuff in to test out.
Especially if something works well, and we do like to make things accessible and upgrade things. And the 3x3 has been extremely popular, so there's definitely a chance.
Well, have you had a chance to play with the 3x3 version of the cable stack tower?
No, Indy does not have theirs yet. Due to a lot of shipping stuff recently, we had some containers that got rerouted accidentally to the all-to-one hub. So we didn't get some samples that we normally would get. So no, I haven't. I've been in the design chat for a long time with that. I've seen endless videos and overviews of it from our manufacturing. I've played a role in some of the design. So no, I haven't physically put my hands on it, but the other showroom employees that have and managers have sent me videos, done overviews, and it looks terrific. So it is coming. It does have some cool features. The 3x3 in general, just for the attachments, is going to be huge. The durability, the overall weight of it's going to be a little bit different. So yeah, single heavy dutier, and I think it's going to be one heck of a product, and I think it will do extremely well.
So we've got a couple of questions here, and I knew that Home Gym Physique. What's up, man? I knew you were going to come on and ask this question because you and I were going back and forth a little bit on my review. I did a review of the cable tower, you guys know, and then I did a follow-up video about bolting it down, right? And I said, well, this is what happens if you don't bolt it down now, and you decide you're going to lift the entire stack. Now, full disclosure, I think, in my personal opinion, it's stupid to lift the entire stack for a lat pull down, because I think if you can do that, unless you can do 10 reps with it, you should be doing the other more productive exercises. But it's not about me, it's about the people who are watching. So I did the video, and then he and I got in a pretty interesting discussion. So that leads to this question that he's asking. Do you have any cable towers in development that would be freestanding, but would be stable enough to not have to be bolted down? I like the one that I have now from you guys, so I don't have to bolt to the wall.
Yeah.
But do you guys have plans on one that you wouldn't even have to bolt to the floor?
So the new one is going to be heavier, obviously. We got to think a little bit like it's a cable tower. So it's narrow and tall. So no matter the weight, no matter the dimensions, it just has that one, because it's space saving, you kind of run into that issue because it's just small. It's narrow and tall. And those are your two greatest feats for tipping. But I will say this. I have a 3x3 version 1 pin stack.
Not 3x3.
Version 1, the 2.3 by 2.3, 60 mil in my gym. It's not bolted down and never had an issue. And that blows my mind, because if they can figure out a way to tip it, they would. Yeah, I don't have it bolted down in my own facility, and we've never had an issue.
Right.
We're talking like you got to get the full stack on there, and you've got to really be yanking in a specific direction. But for like the accessories that we use it for, I've never had an issue. But if you are a home gym user and it's your only source of cable, then yeah, you might run into some stuff because you're doing lat pull downs or you're doing low rows. The stack is really high, and it can be a 1-to-1. So those weights are higher than anything I would personally use. In my opinion, it's tippable now, but not really. You have to really try to tip it. With the new version coming out, it's a little heavier. The feet are going to be a little bit wider too, and the overall product's a little bit bigger. So maybe that won't be an issue. I haven't personally used it yet, but just because it's tall, you have a possibility. So also, just for our safety, we say you have to bolt it down. So,
okay, so I've already had contact with one person who told me that they sat on the floor, because they're a taller person, right? They sat on the floor and they went to do a lat pull down. They had half the stack and the whole thing tipped.
Okay.
So for me, it's like, okay, but so first of all, I don't do lat pull downs. I just don't. If I want to do that, plane of movement, I usually will do a chin up, right? Or a pull up. So my wife used it though, and she didn't have any issues like with it tipping. So even in the video, I think you saw the video where I was saying like, this is what happens if that's what could happen if you don't bolt it down. If you watch the video, I wasn't actually doing a lat pull down. I actually braced myself and I yanked on it to make it tip up, right? Because to me, I hate to sound like the form police, but I'm just saying, if you're using body English, things are gonna go bad. But to me, if you're using like good form, it shouldn't happen.
It's also not a lat pull down. Nothing will beat a lat pull down. Lat pull downs are very long for that specific reason. So can you do lat pull downs on it? Yes, you can. Yeah. It's just not a lat pull down.
That actually makes sense. I hate to cut you off, but that actually makes sense because we got I talked about Matthew Porter, and Joey mentioned, and I agree. Hey, buy a cable tower, go to Porter Fizette, grab the attachments that he made specifically for Bells of Steel products during his Black Friday sale. But it's interesting that you said that it's not a lat pull down, because then that explains to me why you guys don't have the attachments to turn it into one, because you didn't design it to be a lat pull down.
Well, Porter has them, and there's always stuff in that a lat pull down seat attachment is something that's in the future. Porter already makes some stuff for it too. But you can use it as a lat pull down. It's just not. The other thing is, on the back upright, you can add plate pegs to it and add weight to it to counterbalance too. So we actually thought of that with the back upright. You can put a plate peg on there, add some weight, and then you really shouldn't have any issues.
That's actually what I did.
Yeah.
So when I told you that I don't want to bolt it down, I actually took I didn't have any I didn't have an extra weight horn, so I just took a bolt from the hardware store, a 5/8 bolt from the hardware store, and I put a 100-pound plate on the back of it to hold it down. Does the job for me. So I actually had to take that off to do the video where I pulled on it and it tipped. I had to take my weight off, take the 100-pound plate off of there. So there
are options too. It's also it's a tower. It's inexpensive compared to a lat pull down. So it kind of is what it is. I know.
So Jay said, 2 weight horns for plate storage would be a convenient fix. And so I'll just tell you, Jay, that rear post has multiple holes, and you can actually, I've already got a bunch of stuff just hanging on it. So I want to know though. Go ahead.
It's designed to have a weight horn on it, so you can put it. It's just an attachment you have to buy.
Well, that was my question though, with the weight horns, because it's 2x3 by 2x3 instead of 3x3. Will the weight horns still fit on there? Like, or are they going to be like sticking out, or you know what I'm saying?
We have weight horns specifically for the 2.3 line, the 60 mil. We have our own weight horns, and then the 3x3 we all have weight horns too.
Awesome. Okay.
So you can buy all those accessories with it. Yeah.
Oh, got another question. Do you guys? This is from Home Gym Physique as well. I know the answer to his second question, but I'll let you guys answer it. So does Belza still deliver to the UK, and could a gym pin be added to the weight stack to add more weight?
Yeah, so the UK, we're working on it. It's been on our like big company list for a couple of years now. We used to do the UK. We used to have a store in the UK. It was through a vendor. But yeah, we are still working on international shipping. The UK for sure is definitely on the list. It is on our big plans. I don't know if it's 2025 or 26, but I think it's 2025. But yeah, the UK is something we've always looked at. We've continued to push on that. And yeah, I think in the future you're going to see that for sure. Also, you can add a pin for any of our stuff. We actually have a weight pin that we sell that slides in, you can add. But the idea behind the weight pin isn't just more weight. It's the fact that it's smaller jumps. So it's a change pin. So you're like, if you don't want to jump up by 10 pounds, you can jump up by 2.5. The limiting factor on the cable towers is your cables. So our cables are rated at 250 pounds. Obviously they can go higher than that, but you can't overload the cable. The machine can take whatever. You can put as much weight as you want on the machine, but on any cable machine, the cable is your limiting factor. So eventually you're just going to run out of cable strength.
Yeah, I was going to say that. That's why I said I know the answer, because I knew that you guys had that mag pin. That's an add-on weight. But then I was like, yeah, but 250 pounds is only like 40 more pounds than the stack itself, So you couldn't even like basically put a 45 plate on there. You immediately exceed 250 pounds. I'm sure that cable
could take quite a bit more, but we have to set a limit at some point for safety for our users. So that's the idea. Why we put 250 was we don't want people to just overload these things, and then when they snap, then we have an issue. So we actually
whatever you say, they're going to exceed it by at least 10 pounds. So if you say 300, they're going to put at least 310. So you got to like set it low enough to protect people from themselves.
Right. Also, like that helps our warranty stuff too. So if you put 400 pounds on there and you snap it, then we said that 250 was the limit. Also, I don't know why you would need any more than that, in my opinion. That's a lot of rowing. That's a lot of lat pulling. That's just a lot of weight. Like a really heavy duty commercial lat pull down is the 300 pound stack. You're probably good.
So when I worked in a public gym, this is 1995. I remember because somebody brought this up in the video, in the original review video, and they're like, "Hey, can you show, did you bolt yours down?" I said no, and then like, because I want to be able to move it around wherever I need it in the gym, and then there was like this long discussion about why I needed to show what happens, because it said people are going to do it, and I'm like, well, that's stupid. Why would you do that? Because I'm thinking like you, like where's the like, if your goal is to build muscle and you can only do like one rep of a lat pull down, why are you doing that? You know what I mean? So the thing for me though is also you do have people, I think, who I used to see kids come into that gym, but there's kids and they would load up the stack and then just jump on it to see what would happen. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm assuming that you're an adult with your own house if you've got a home gym. So I'm giving people credit for common sense. Yeah. Like, don't load it up. Like, the idea is not to see if you can break it.
Yeah. And the biggest thing is budget and space are kind of the limiting factor for a lot of our stuff, or in general in the fitness community. Like, if you want a 300 pound lat pull down, go buy a 300 pound lat pull down, but they're big and expensive. So you kind of get what you got. If you have a limited space and you want to be tight on your own budget, then that's fine. Then you're going to kind of get something that does a lot of what you want and maybe not great on some things. But as I tell everybody in the showroom, a functional trainer is not a lat pull down. A lat pull down is not a functional trainer, and they're definitely different on cable towers. They're just different pieces for that what you want.
So Matthew Porter, Integrity, says, yeah, I've loaded much higher being dumb. Matthew, thank you for your honesty.
And it's your stuff. So if you wanna buy it and do whatever you want, go for it. Yeah, that's your thing.
There's Jay wants to know if you're gonna get a Bells of Steel onesie for the little man right there.
Man,
I feel like that's a need, not a want. Definitely, that should be in the budget.
Yeah.
We could probably make it happen.
Yeah.
Hey, I think you should. Actually, those suckers will probably sell. People will probably love them, and they'll be buying them. Oh, yeah, there you might have hit on something there.
I like it.
So before I ask this next question, are you guys good on time? Because I promised you 30 minutes, and that's obviously a lie. Because
we're good. No, we don't go in. I don't leave for another hour. So you're good.
Oh, yeah, okay. I promise we won't take up all of that time, but we will push it to the top of the hour. So Home Gym Physique said, to be honest, given what you said about this cable tower, it's not a pull down machine, so I would only be using for shoulders, biceps, triceps, warm-ups, and rehab, so I really wouldn't require that much weight. And I honestly use it primarily for accessory work for triceps, definitely, because it's a whole nother sad story, but I've been failing weight that I could, so like my 1 rep max is higher, but weight that I could lift, let's say something that's like 40 pounds under my 1 rep max, I'm failing in 3 reps because my triceps fatigue. So I'm like, okay, I need more tricep endurance. So I've been, doing a lot of, so when I got the cable tower, immediately I was able to because it's easy to change the weight fast. I started doing a lot of, supersets and drop sets and things like that. So that's actually what I really use it for.
And I don't want to discourage, it's not a lat pull down. It's just not the same design. So you can do whatever you want on it. You can you can do lat pull downs if you want. It's just not that machine. So you just have to use it a little bit differently. It's just not the exact same.
And then he also says, I like seeing wife and baby supporting dad. Kat actually works at the company. For all I know, they got the baby working there too. Like I said, Kat actually. So, and this actually is a good time for me to ask you this question, talking about the affiliate program. So Kat oversees the affiliate program. So if you become a Bells of Steel affiliate, she's going to be pushing the information out to you. She's going to be taking care of getting you everything you need to get started and all that kind of stuff. So Kat, can you talk a little bit about the affiliate program, how somebody could apply for it, and everything else that goes with that?
Yeah. So affiliate program can be found at the bottom of the website. There's a resources. Affiliate program is the first link underneath. Click. I think you, it just brings up email, and then it will scroll down. It doesn't bring personal information. I'm still new at this, guys. Yeah, you fill out personal info.
Okay, so hold on. You said resources. I'll do this. We can do this right now. I'll show people what you're talking about.
On the website, resources, and there's a small thing, a small little section you have to fill out.
Yeah.
Is it under About Us?
Resources. So to your left, top one.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Affiliate program. Yeah, maybe if I click affiliate program, it'll show me the affiliate program. All right, so that's the page you're going to want to do. So there you go. All right.
Yep, and then if you scroll down, it'll bring up information.
You can also just email in too. So her link is right there. Email in. So she gets a bunch of those, and she goes through those. But also it helps if you go through the steps on the bottom as well. Super easy. Just fill out all the information and then click submit.
That's it.
Yep.
And then you that's why I keep on harping on you guys to use my link, because you go to their website by clicking my link, and then it doesn't stop you. I've been part of other affiliate programs where you have to have a specific promo code you're using. But then what happens if a deal comes out that gives a better discount than your affiliate code, right? So with this, I don't have to, you just click my link and you go there, and whatever sales going on, you can take advantage of all of that. So that's why I keep on bringing it up. But I wanted you to explain that to people, because to me, anybody who's in the chat who wants to get involved with that, I think it's a great way to get stuff for the home gym. And also, you know, some of you guys already have Bells of Steel products. You know, why not make some money if you can, you know, off of the stuff that you already have anyway.
It's an easy sell to your friends, family, whatever.
Yeah,
if you're already pumping the brand, then
it's a win for everybody, for sure.
Yeah,
I like it. So, put that off of there. Let's see here. What's your? I don't remember who sent this question in, but for both of you, what's your personal favorite product out of the Bells of Steel product line?
Mine has been the same for a very long time. I love our power bar. The Bare Naked Power Bar, I think, is a terrific product for the price. There are some products that I'm super attached to because I helped design some of them. And I'm not taking credit for the Hydra series, but I pushed for a very long time for a commercial line. And that line kind of started this whole new wave for Bells of Steel. I actually, you know, was a huge pusher for that. You can ask everybody that I was pretty relentless on it. I thought it was the next step for us, and I pushed that line very hard, and it's been very successful. So I'm very attached to that line. But my favorite product would be the Bare Naked Power Bar.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that thing. I tell everybody, I said, on purpose, I have done zero maintenance on it since you guys sent it to me, because I want to see like how it handles misuse and well, not misuse. I don't like use it as a pry bar, but like, you know, just without maintenance and stuff. And I had another power bar. I didn't even sell it. I just gave it away. I said, I got a bar I like already. So now I use it. Well, three out of my 4 workouts every week. I use that bar. What about you, Kat? What's your favorite product?
Well, I think I'm the same. Honestly, we've got the power bar back in the gym as well, so it's getting used by all of our lifters. But that's the bar I go for out of all of our bars. That's the bar I go for every time. Find the one with the most knurling, and
we've had some of those for years.
Yeah,
like Kat and I have been with the company longer than almost everybody in the company. So a lot of our products we've had for a very long time, and we love the power bar, especially for the price. Like, you just can't beat it.
Nice. So Jared has a bunch of stuff in his home gym. I'm using my alternate, my backup solution here. I'm actually, so I forgot to tell you. So basically what happened is, normally I've got my entire screen set up and all this stuff over here, right?
Yeah.
And I got set up. I'm actually in my buddy Andrew Towers' home gym, because we're here in North Carolina for that live stream that you guys are supporting us on.
Yeah.
All right. And so we ran the Ethernet cable to connect to the internet, and his dog chewed the Ethernet cable. So I literally can now say a dog ate my Ethernet cable, right? I never thought I would be saying that and be serious. Well, so I've got like stuff that's on that other computer that I was gonna, like pull up, and that includes a bunch of pictures that Jared sent of his home gym setup, where he's got like Bells of Steel stuff all over the place. So I can, and he's a huge. Well, you guys probably already know because he goes to the store a lot.
Yeah,
he's like a huge supporter of your brand, and I say rightfully so. Home Gym Physique said he's curious if there's a lot of stress running your business, and can it be tough on the family? So you guys don't own the business; you work for the business, but I think it's still a valid question. Is there a lot of stress, especially dealing with customer service and stuff?
I'm lucky to not be as involved in CS as I used to be. I run a gym. I run U.S. operations for Bells of Steel at the same time. So I do not own the company, but I'm running their operations here. It's a lot, yeah. But I will say Bells has been terrific about us being a family. And Bells treats their employees extremely well on time off and vacations and holidays, and they do a great job to support. So this could be very stressful. It is stressful at times, but they've been so supportive of us that, we don't have to have a sitter ever. You know, we work, she works from home. So this, it's been terrific. Definitely a lot of, I get pulled into a lot of things, especially on the CS side, but with how far along our CS has come and how much emphasis we put on it, it's been a game changer. So no, it used to be a lot more than it is now. But they've definitely taken a lot of my roles away, because when there was only 5 of us a couple of years ago, we were doing everything. We were answering emails, calls, doing YouTube videos. Yeah. We were everything. So if you contacted Bells of Steel, you were getting us.
I remember you were in the video with your wall-mounted power rack. You were the one demonstrating how you swing it out, how you set it up, how you build it, everything. And I do remember that.
We did everything. I mean, Kat was the whole marketing team. I mean, we did everything. And now it went from 5 of us to like 80 of us. So it's actually gotten a lot less responsibility, and that's been good for us to really laser focus in the showroom and do other things like this and Home Gym Con, and really focus on a lot of different things.
So that's actually a really good segue, because Jared wanted to know, would you rate the Arnold versus Home Gym Con? Which do you think serves Bells of Steel the best?
That's a tough question.
I mean, it's a different crowd.
The Arnold is a different crowd. Getting into our commercial line, it's crazy, because 2-3 years ago when we went to the Arnold, we saw a huge spike in U.S. sales because of the Arnold, and it hasn't turned back since. So the Arnold was huge for us a couple of years ago, and that was before we had our big commercial line. So now that we have our commercial line, the Arnold is huge for that side. But the Home Gym Con is going to be, I think it's going to be nothing but more and more growth. And it is our customer. So our customer that that Kat created, who is Bells of Steel customer, that is Bells of Steel customer. So Home Gym Con is still going to be huge. I think it's going to be bigger and bigger each year. And I think it's going to be the most impact on our business for sure over the Arnold. The Arnold, you kind of have to be there. It's where all the big dogs are. So we got to be there. And we do see some awesome contacts through that. But Home Gym Con is that real personal feel of who our customer is. So I think Home Gym Con is just going to keep skyrocketing. And us being in Indy and the creator of the event from Indy, it's a no-brainer for us. It just works so well.
I got a question about the arch nemesis. And actually, you know what? Let me go ahead and pull it up, because I want people to see what I'm talking about. For anybody who's not familiar with what I'm talking about, so Jared actually has one. I could have just used Jared's video if I could actually pull it up. But so this is the arch nemesis, and if you guys can tell, I don't know if you guys who are watching at home can tell, but there's like that little attachment point, because the arch nemesis is a cable attachment as well as being a specialty bar, right? Like a Swiss bar or whatever. What I want to know is how's the balance point on pressing movements affected by the lat pull down attachment that's in the center?
None at all. Okay. It's a very, very light piece in the center. So a lot of Swiss bars, if they're heavy at all, like you can see there, I'm holding it straight out. It's only 25 pounds. So because of that, because of the lightness of the product in general, the balance point's great on it. It doesn't wobble at all. And that little hook is very minimal. So being so light and that hook being so minimal, there's no balance issue at all. I've seen Swiss bar, like our very, very first Swiss bar that we ever had a lot more stability issues because it was so heavy. Like you really had to grip it tight for it not to move in your hands. Just based on weight, I think it was like 85 pounds. It was super heavy. I still have the OG one at the gym. But yeah, no, I've never heard a complaint about that. And we are actually redesigning that hook a little bit too. So you're going to see some cool changes. I think it's something very minor. It's more for packaging because that little thing likes to pop through boxes. So Yeah, I don't see any issues with it at all.
All right, so we're running into the last question I have for you, and that Eric Carpenter from Carp's Gym YouTube channel wanted to know what's the best-selling Bells of Steel item. I was gonna say what's your best-selling item from the indie store, but actually let's just say what's the best-selling item in the U.S. since you guys handle the U.S.
Towers.
Okay.
I mean, they make up a huge chunk of it's towers by far. For 2024, for 2023, 2024, towers. The showroom cable tower, the pin stack cable tower, sells better than anything we have. The cable towers online sell better than anything we have, and then it's Hydra. So it's cable towers, Hydra, everything else. But those towers do terrific, and we get almost no returns on them. So that's a huge win on a product. So to have a product that does so well and gets very little negative feedback or returns is huge. That means it's a really good product.
So I just put this up, let everybody know to follow Bells of Steel on Instagram. I'm gonna leave that up there. We're gonna get this last comment. Jeff Murphy says, the real Jeff Murphy now. There's no imposter. Real Jeff Murphy says, love my Hydra. And is that the one that you guys took to Bells? Is the Hydra the one you guys took to Home Gym Con? Because it had to be because the Manicore wasn't out yet. So that's the one that I tried.
No, we did take the Manicore to Home Gym Con.
The first Home Gym Con?
The first one?
Yeah, because that's the one where I tried out that's where I met you guys.
The first one was Hydra, the second one was Manicore.
Okay. Yeah, so I was going to say, I like the Hydra. I did not get a chance because of y'all remember how crazy that weekend was. So I didn't get a chance to try out the Manicore. I did try to break y'all's competition, the adjustable kettlebell.
Sure.
Kayvon said, yeah, go ahead, try to break it. So there's a video somewhere on my channel of me just throwing it up in the air high as I can to see if I could break it. And I couldn't break it. So there you go. That's a free commercial. Matthew said, I really like my Kraken 7 ring bar. So that's it's the Hydra 7 ring, isn't it?
So the Kraken is a new series for us. It's the Hydra 7 ring bar. But that thing is awesome too. The one that's got a bunch of color on it. That was somebody else's design. I had the one with the ring color. I helped in that design.
So is there a Kraken 7 ring bar coming out?
No,
or is the Kraken just a different thing?
The Kraken is our functional trainer integration with our racks. So we're actually doing a tower integration with our racks. That is launching very soon. There's already going to be pre-sales on it. It's not on our website yet for the 7 ring. Or it is. 7 ring is up, sorry. But the
7 ring is on there. Yeah.
The Kraken is not up yet, but the Hydra 7 ring bar is on the website. There's 2 different options on color. You can go color or standard. But yeah, the Kraken's going to be a super cool launcher coming up, and I think we're going to do some amazing things with that line. The Smith machine is on sale right now too, and they're going quick. So if you want a Smith machine, I'd snag one while you can.
All right. So last one for me, because we keep on bringing it up. I've got there for people to follow Bells of Steel on Instagram. Go ahead and tell them how to sign up for the newsletter so they can find out about all these deals and get these emails and stuff. I know we mentioned it earlier, but I want to make sure we close with that in case anybody hasn't taken advantage of it. And anything else that you want to mention?
Anything I want to mention, Smith, if you want one, go get one before they're gone because we have a limited supply of them. And I think it's going to explode as far as changing the market for us on that. It's a really cool attachment. I have one in Indy coming in 2 weeks, so if you want to come check one out,
we've got
try it out.
2 different versions. There's one where you can insert your own barbell. That's the bring your own bar version, and then we've got one that includes a barbell as well. But the BYOB is
super cool.
Is popular.
So for the newsletter, scroll all the way down the bottom right of the website. All you got to do is throw your email in. There's no survey or anything. Also, look for surveys on our website because we're always giving stuff away. There's always welcome codes when you pop up. I've just been on the website too many times, so it doesn't offer me. Bottom right of the computer, go scroll all the way down, bottom right. All you got to do is throw your email in, click the tab, done. You're on our newsletter. So super simple.
Awesome. Well, guys, this was fun. And I will again say I appreciate you guys for agreeing to do this. This was short notice. This show was like, I put it together like a month ago, and then stuff just started happening. Chaos ensued. There was like one of my guests that was planned had a tragedy, and I wasn't sure. I said, well, we're going to end up having a hole right there, so I could fill it, but it'd be better if I got somebody else to come in. I said, hey, wait a minute. Bells of Steel is already going to be sponsoring us for the powerlifting meet live stream. Why don't I see if Kat and Andrew will come on? And, I was like, well, boo. And you guys were like, heck, I mean, literally, I reached out to you like, what, Monday? I said, hey, can you come on and do it? And you're like, yeah, sure, we'll do it. So you guys are so cool. It's just, and even just showing the interaction between you guys and your baby is one of the reasons why I support Bells of Steel, why I think it's such a cool company. Because I'm not going to associate my name with just anything. But it really, I think I can't say how much I appreciate you guys, and also how welcoming you guys were when I first met you. Because the first thing I asked you when I met you was, I want you to explain why Bells of Steel discontinued the industrial trap bar. And I'm going to contrast that with another company that wasn't as customer facing at Home Gym Con. Okay, actually, there's two other ones I could think of, but one of them is no longer at Home Gym Con anymore. Anyway, so I'm just gonna say that it made a nice contrast, and so that's when I had already been buying little things from Bells of Steel, but that day is when I became a fan of the company. So thank you so much, and thank you guys for coming on here and spending some time with us. I'll let you guys get on with the rest of your day. Everybody go check out bellsofsteel.us and follow Bells of Steel on Instagram. All right.
Thank you guys. We appreciate it, buddy. You're always awesome. And let us know whenever you want to do it again. I'm all in. Love it.
Heck yeah. Hey, you got an open invite, man. Open invite.
Whenever.
Later.
Hit me up.
Later.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks. All right. So that was Andrew and Kat from Bells of Steel. They are cool people, as you guys can see. And let's see here. So we got Carp said, I've been a Bells of Steel affiliate for a few years. Actually, hey, Andrew, you guys are still there. Can I bring you back on real quick? Hang on. You were gone, but then I just saw this, and normally I would just answer it, but I think this is good. So Carp said, I've been a Bells of Steel affiliate for a few years and review a few of the products, but they never sent me any to review. He thought Bruce was the affiliate guy. Don't know who that is. But you guys probably do. He said maybe I was reaching out to the wrong person. So Carp, now you know hang on, let's do this. All right. There are 3 people on this screen, and only one of them is the affiliate person. So you need to reach out to Kat.
Well, let's just go over that real quick. So Bruce is with the company. He's been a social media guy for us for a long time. He was running the program. And we wanted to do a full deep dive into it and do a terrific job. So we are in a transition period of really, really structuring the affiliate program to make it something awesome. Kat, when she came back from maternity leave, took over the program, and we have someone completely dedicated, not somebody doing social media plus this. She's going to be fully dedicated to this role. So it's going to be different, and you're going to see a lot of awesome upgrades for you as an affiliate. So we apologize if anything like that happened, and we will reach out and she's done a great job. So reach out to her. She's going through every different platform, but I think she's going to be super good for the affiliate program. I think we're going to see some awesome things. So we had an affiliate program. It was good. Now we want it great. So this is going to be the great part.
It's gone through a few hands. Bruce took over and was doing a great job, but it was a lot on his plate to do that and social. So I'm stepping in, but you can send an email to affiliates@bellsofsteel.com.
Yeah.
And
you're going to see a much different response as far as just timing and overall response because we have somebody dedicated. I think we've always done a good job, but I think we're going to turn it up a notch on the affiliate program for sure. So don't lose hope in that. Just keep reaching out, and I think you're going to see some awesome changes and things. So, yeah.
And I can definitely vouch for that. Like I say, I've reached out a couple of times, and you guys have been really supportive, especially really supportive with stuff. So, yeah, man,
you got
I urge you to do that again.
Process. So, yeah, but you got your stuff is part of our new process, and you can see how responsive we were. So, yeah. We're here for you.
All right. So this time, I'm serious. This time, now I'm gonna let you go. All right. So, all right. Once again, that was Andrew and Kat from Bells of Steel. And let's see here. So it's 9 minutes after the hour. So shout out to the West Coast. We've already had someone from the West Coast here with us. My guy, Jay, 619 driver. But shout out to all of you guys. Thank you for getting up way too early with Garage Gym Life. We're going to go ahead. We're going to shut the show down now because we got a live stream tomorrow. And I want you guys to make sure that you tune in for the live stream tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern time. You're going to be watching some powerlifting action from the United States Powerlifting Coalition. It's going to be a good time. I'm going to be providing color commentary and play-by-play of it. It's going to be awesome, and you guys do not want to miss it. Got the links for everything that are in the description for this video, so you guys can watch that. And it's also going to be, it should be popping up on the screen if you're watching on replay as well. So once again, I'm John Greaves III. This is Garage Gym Life. Tell your friends about this show. There's nothing like this show on YouTube or really any other platform. So do me a favor, help support the show. All you got to do is hit that subscribe button and then share it with somebody else and tell them to subscribe. Let this thing grow, okay? Because I can't do it without you guys. All right? You guys have an outstanding weekend, and I will hopefully I'll see you tomorrow, but if not, I'll see you next weekend. I'll see you next Friday. Peace out. We're going to